if you hadn't have chose, if you hadn't have picked, you said just pick. It was either going to be this, the oblong box, or bloody Bible school or Bible camp.
I'm kind of
It
happy
seemed
we
like it.
didn't do. I'm kind of happy we didn't do Bloody Buddy Bible Camp yet.
Why? Why did you
Oh,
look it up? Did
I've
you look it
I,
up?
I've known about that movie for years. Never seen it, but I've known about it.
Yeah, but no, I just figured. I said this one. I saw this one a while back, and I said, you know what? This is too good not to. It's a good. We can have some fun with it. I got the Twisted Metal vibe right off the bat. We're all gamers, so it works.
God, Alexa Bliss with the
Yeah,
fucking
she did the
pain and
play pain thing. It's like, he's here. The
I gotta
lights
see this
go,
now. I gotta see
and,
this now.
and he's looking for the fiend, and all of a sudden he gets claymored by Drew. I'm like, so is Drew in league with the fiend?
More than likely, he's gonna be. Oh God, he's gonna cash. Oh, here comes Miz.
I'm
Oh shit!
I'm actually okay with this because now the Miz can play around with all three of them. That's great.
Oh, please tell me he's gonna get screwed out of this.
I love when the refs have to run out like, ah!
And yeah, and we know that ref too.
Oh, is it Mike Chioda?
It's Bandito.
Oh, it's Bandito.
Well, that's the end of Miz's chances.
Well, Chris knows Bandito. I was gonna say Chris knows Bandito.
Yeah, Bandito Jr., yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Good
what
as
Put
that
on
is.
some weight.
Dude,
Put on a lot of weight.
good old Four
More
Loco.
muscle.
Good old Four Loco.
I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know why he decided to become a ref and not a wrestler.
Because WWE signed him as a ref. It's kind of
Well,
like
I
the
mean-
same. It's kind of like the same thing with La Rosa Negra.
Well, probably also he got
Or
like,
not La Rosa Negra. La Rosa.
yeah, probably he got hurt.
Oh, dude, yeah, he got hurt. You don't think he got hurt at CZW? Shit.
Or somewhere
No.
else.
So does that mean Miz lost his
Nope.
belt, or does he get the?
Nope, bell never rung.
Okay, so that thing with Alexa Bliss is weird. She comes out, does the play pain thing, puts the one hand down, and it says pain, and she looks at Randy Orton like, he is here! And then he gets claymored out of his boots.
But no. So are we live yet, Ronnie? Or not?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay. So you want to? We'll do the wrestling stuff first. Any wrestling stuff, and then we'll move in.
Yeah.
What'd you watch? What'd you listen to? Yada, yada,
Yeah,
yada.
that kind of stuff. Yeah. And Ronnie already knows what I watched. I told him what I was watching earlier. But we'll get into that when we talk when we start.
I'm just posting something. Hold
Uh
on.
oh.
What, hon?
Uh oh.
You need
What
code?
did you do?
Alright, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. I'll pull it up.
What did you do?
What did you do?
So Ryan thinks I'm fucked up. I'm like, really? I
He
never
goes,
saw the movie.
He goes, what the actual fuck, bro? And I go, it was not my pick. It was because he had asked whose pick was it, and I said it was Chris's, and he goes, okay.
I'm like, hey.
Well, it's like I get, you know what it is, because the last couple movies you picked has something to do with being trauma to the dick. So he's kind. I think that's where he's kind of getting that from. You know, he chose that break-in movie, the Inside movie that had somebody's dick being carved up. This one had threatening to have their dick nailed to the chair. That's
Well,
where I think
inside. Well, inside I got. Well, inside was one of my picks because it's like, even though the story's very simplistic, it's very good.
But no, I think that's what when he was on last time, and we described what the last movie you picked had dick trauma in it, and then this movie you picked had dick trauma. That's where he's wondering. He goes, "Does this guy have a thing against dicks or something?"
No, I don't have a thing against dicks. Dude, I had no idea about the loved ones. I was like, oh, 16
Oh,
Candles
do
meets
you wanna
Texas
tell them what you
Chainsaw.
thought of the
Okay,
movie?
cool, I'm down.
Drive through.
But no, I think that's maybe why.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I
Let's
didn't
find
know
this
there was
junk,
going to be
huh?
5,000 years of dick trauma.
You guys still got too much time on your hands.
Oh, God. What did he do, D?
No, I love you. Mwah.
What did you do?
Did you hear what she said?
No, I didn't.
She goes, "Where the fuck do you guys find this shit?"
Oh, she watched this too?
Yeah, she watched it with me. We watch it Monday, but while we're having dinner.
Oh, hell, man. During dinner?
The only movie she has not watched with me during dinner was Inside.
Gee, I wonder why.
Cause Chris.
What?
See, you're getting it from all over the place.
Wait, what?
Inside.
Oh. Well, you said you weren't ever going to watch... Let D watch that because you want to have kids one day.
Yeah, no, I'm saying we didn't watch it during lunch. We didn't watch it during dinner because of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I said don't watch Inside during dinner.
Well, you said what? You said...
Did you watch the rest of this movie till the very, very end after past the credits?
No. It actually cut on the credits.
No, there was bloopers at the end.
Oh, was it really?
Oh, yeah.
There was bloopers at the end of the end of the movie when our villain tries to get through the door and he kept falling on his ass.
So, the Giants are about to get bent over and beaten.
Oh, yeah. They're about to get raped and plundered by the Buccos.
Yep, the Tampa Bay NJPP.
Yeah, and how about that last night?
Oof. They covered! They covered! That's all that matters. They covered!
Hold on. I just got one thing to say. I mean, it was ugly,
But it worked.
but we won. And we're first place in the NFC East. Well, this year, first place in the NFC East is like getting an A in remedial gym.
Remedial gym. I like that.
So who won the week? If you're gonna ask, who won the week?
Me and Christian tied.
For pros and in college. You tied for college too. John, you're actually in the lead overall now. You guys all got... What is it?
Who tied? Who tied?
Who won
So
the-
I have 5 wins. You all have 6.
Ah.
Oh, damn.
Let's put it this way. We're not finishing no better than 500. We all fucking did
Right.
terrible.
So if you go to the college, then it's me and Christian who actually won the week.
Yeah.
So if it's the pros right now, I'm pretty close to the top.
You are in the lead by 1 game because I had 1 less than you.
Yeah. All right, but we'll get into that on Wednesday.
And yeah, so well, you know what you have to do to get an A in remedial gym? Well, an A in remedial
You
gym.
just gotta
is like
show
they go,
up.
No. They go like, do 10 jumping jacks. And you like, and like you jump but flail, and they go, good enough, go away.
Oh, so kind of like how Dana Brooke wrestles.
Yeah, or you know, like, or you're winning a remedial spelling bee, where they give you words like eyes, dumb, thumb.
All right, here's a question. Chris, did you ever see the movie Making the Grade with
Yeah.
Judd Nelson? Did you ever see that movie? Yes or no?
Yeah, I said yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Remember when he was sitting on the couch, he goes, "Well, do something," and he like bends his neck and he goes, "All right, hit the showers."
Yeah, basically, that's basically what it is. It's like, you know, like you're in a spelling bee, like we're in the spelling onomatopoeia. It's like spell thumb.
ICUP.
THUM. Oh, wait a minute. B. Yeah, good enough. Go away. I won. Yeah,
Peter, what is the color of a red fire truck? I saw this. I remember seeing this on Discovery Channel about fire trucks.
Yeah.
Is it red?
Remember the remedial gym thing I got. This is like way back when I was a kid. There's a stand-up special that Bill Cosby did all about sports,
The Cosby Wasby.
and he's like, you have to get a D in remedial gym. And it's like, you know what you got to do to get a D in remedial gym? Just stand in front of whatever you have to do. And don't do it like, all right, so that's a D, go away. Like, that's where I got the remedial gym thing from. Oh my God, seriously? Guitar on a pole?
Guitar on a pole match, baby.
Holy Russo.
Who booked this shit?
Amen to
Vince
that.
McRusso.
We'll get into Vince.
Oh, trust me.
Oh, yeah, I heard that Triple H is taking over SmackDown, and all I can say is thank God.
No, but Ronnie and I both have kind of a little bit of a rant on old Vinnie Mac.
I got a little. I wouldn't even say mine is on Vince. Mine's on the people bitching and moaning about Vince.
All right, so
All right,
let's
shall we
go
start?
back to what you watch.
Yeah,
Well,
hold on. Well, not even that. I won't even go into that. Just, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to From Real to Heel. Today's episode, we are reviewing the movie Drive-Thru. I guess we're not gonna do our fan casting of.
Oh, we could do it.
We could do it. Okay. We'll do a fan casting. Yeah,
it,
so did I. We could do a quick one on the fly, and we can do what is it? And we are going to do the normal, what we watched, and if there's anything good on Raw, we will blurt it out. Chris, hit us with the music.
From Real to Heel.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of From Real to Heel. I am your host, F and Ronnie. And would you like to die like that? And with me, as always,
it is I, Trips, and I am hella stressed about this hella horrible election tomorrow. Hopefully the COVID commander goes away and we never see him again.
And
The Zombie Master, and I think Chris is happy with the note I sent him during
our
message today. I sent him a message with a video of Ralph Brandon from The Honeymooners going with a picture of Trump superimposed. You are a blabbermouth.
Yes, they said get out. And I'm like, yes, go away.
Bang to the moon.
My choice this week. So that's that.
Yes, and we are reviewing the movie Drive-Thru.
Would you like to die? Would you like a side of death with that?
God.
The puns were gorgeous.
Oh, the puns were aplenty, and we have I'm sure both of my cohorts here have a lot to say about this movie, but we will get into it very soon. So,
yes,
what are we going to start with, gentlemen?
Well, first things first. Chris, what you watch?
What I watch? Let me guess.
Besides college football,
Yeah, I watched a couple more episodes of The Haunting of Bly Manor. Perfectly splendid. Yeah, it was okay. I started to watch a horror movie and I just fell asleep.
Right.
Because I think the problem with watching, I didn't really get into the Halloween vibe because we've been living a horror movie this whole year.
Yeah, that's pretty much true.
We've been living a horror movie since 2016, if you want to get real.
Right. 2020's been more of a horror movie than the last 4 years. This is no Purge.
This would be true. I would agree with that statement.
Yeah, the horror movie the past 4 years? Oh, yeah, definitely.
Anyway.
I would definitely say that. Where the fuck? Yeah, then what is it fucking I watch?
Dude.
I finished Borat finally.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. And then I went on the deep dive in Spotify for new pop punk.
Oh boy, how's that working out?
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was, well, what the fuck? T-Mobile Play, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, T-Mobile Play, no, go away. Yeah, new pop punk. Well, I found out that Newfound Glory had a new album out, so I was like, ah, cool.
Oh
And they
really?
had a video called Scarier Than Jason Voorhees at a Campfire.
Uh-huh.
And it's very, and even has like a take on Friday the 13th and other things. So I was like, it's your typical Newfound Glory.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I wonder what else is out there now. And I discovered some new bands like Abandoned by Bears. Can't Swim, and Can't Swim is out of New Jersey.
I mean,
Really
I was gonna say, if you said it was, I was gonna say you could have said it was out of New York, and it's like, oh yeah, well, no one wants to swim in the Hudson.
No, the band's called Can't Swim and they're from New Jersey.
Oh, nice.
Cheap State, Eat Your Heart Out, Free Throw, Goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's from Philly,
Oh, nice.
and Goalkeeper is good. I like him. The Home Team, In Her Own Words, Knuckle Puck. Oh, well, of course, it was just a couple new albums from Knuckle Puck.
I was gonna say Knuckle Puck is usually putting one out every other month.
Yeah,
When I think of Knuckle Puck, I think of the line from the Mighty Ducks.
I thought you were gonna say or just Hockey Puck, freaking Don Rickles.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a new album. There was a new song from the Wonder Years.
Well,
If you haven't-
Would you
know,
do if you? Damn it, John! You thought the same fucking thing.
Yeah, if you haven't got, it's Breakless from the Wonder Years. It's more of like how can I put it? It's a callback to their older stuff, like This Party Sucks, where it was a lot more pop punk than what they are sort of now. So I was happy to see them go back to like that,
Okay.
because that's when I really liked them. If you haven't heard Knockout Kid is really good. Another band from Philly, Danger Club. Very on this like Get Up Kids Saves the Day-esque vibe. So, yeah. I mean, Abandoned by Bears, I think they're from Canada. They're like an easycore band.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like in a style like Day to Remember, Newfound Glory, stuff like that. And I know John's like, what?
You know what it is? When you start mentioning these bands, I'm sorry, I zone out because I don't know where you find them, but it's like your the music, the bands you talk about are like watching college football. I couldn't name a player even if I tried. I wouldn't name a player if I fell over them because there's so many of them.
Well, you're in the whole like where it's like heavy metal, punk, rock. That's it.
Well, no, you see what it is with me, and I'm going to shoot straight. When it comes to music, I listen to a lot of music. If it sounds good, I'll listen to it. But my first love has always and always will be heavy metal. That's always going to be my first love because I don't want to use the term "it changed my life," but it did in a way. But that's something that's always.
I mean, you think about it too, though. When it comes to heavy metal and even rock, I mean, we're all wrestling fans. Back in the 90s and 80s, that's what wrestling theme music was.
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah, but then you have like the subgenres that spawned out of it.
Right.
Like hardcore came out of punk, but then there were bands that did more of a metal take on hardcore, and they added some of the chugga chugga to it. And but the thing is, though, a lot of the chugga chugga hardcore was basically it's just thrash slowed down.
Right.
Well, then you had then don't forget, and it's like in the movie we're reviewing tonight. I love the music I was hearing out of the movie tonight.
Yeah. I mean, it
love
was
that.
it was fun. It was fun.
It was I don't know. There was some stuff that was a little too much pod for me.
Too much
You're from
what?
the South Town. What the mother really down there? You're from the South Town. Like, I'm good.
Oh, you mean like some Bubba Sparks type shit?
Not even Bubba Sparks type shit. Dude. Let me see. It was like E-Town Concrete if E-Town sucked.
Oh God.
Yeah, I went there.
Oh, why'd you go there?
E-Town Concrete, baby.
Again, another band.
You
Nothing.
did. It's not a band you really want to know.
What?
No, John doesn't really want to know about it. I know about it. It's like it's just meh.
Well, put it this way. E-Town Concrete is like Limp Bizkit if they had balls.
If they had balls, okay.
Well, it's the balls minus Les Borland.
No, minus Fred Durst, really.
Oh, that's
Because
true,
they actually have like a rapper.
I did it all for the nookie.
Yeah, instead of oh yeah, it's a guy that sounds like he would kill you.
Dude, I'm sorry, but just to spin off for football's sakes, the Giants are 1-6 and they're disgracing the old school fucking logo right now.
Wait, are they wearing the old school logo?
Yeah, the giant with giant across the side. The white.
God, they're in white. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I'm like, you are disrespecting the fucking uniform for being 1-6. Fuck you.
They're
Well,
colorless.
it's like if the Jets went to their old school uniforms.
Yeah, and they haven't. They have not dressed as the fucking Titans at all.
Thank
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
because they look like
So
shit when they do.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
but like with subgenres like that, like, and then hardcore became, I mean, like the metalcore was. I mean, if you look at it, it's like thrash metal, just slowed down.
Yeah.
Because a lot of thrash is chugga,
Yeah.
just really fast.
You see when it comes to, like, there's certain bands that when I first heard them, I was instantly hooked, and I'm talking about bands like Anthrax, Maiden, Megadeth, early Metallica, Overkill, stuff like that.
Biohazard.
Biohazard, yeah, I mean, that, to me, that's, especially old Metallica. When they first started, I'm talking about
Ride the Lightning.
Metal Militia and Four Horsemen, the original Four Horsemen, not that acoustic shit they did later on.
So when old Metallica, so when they were thrash.
Pretty much. I mean, I still love Metallica to this day, don't get me wrong. But early Metallica is what I first discovered.
And that's where, like,
I mean, come on, you can't get any better than that.
and that's where a lot of like metalcore, they just slowed down the thrash. That's all they did. Like, instead of like like, added breakdowns and people beating the shit out of each other. But yeah.
And then, I mean, speaking of Anthrax, early Anthrax, Joey Belladonna didn't come in until later. I mean, he wasn't the original lead singer. It was Neil Tubman.
Right.
Was the original singer. And I mean, I heard his version of Metal Thrashing Mad, and I've heard Joey's version of Metal Thrashing Mad. Joey's is 10,000 times better. In my opinion. Joey had a better voice range. When Anthrax replaced him with John Bush, I stopped listening. I didn't like John Bush's voice. I wasn't a fan of Armored Saint, so I didn't listen to that Anthrax.
See, so if you're a fan of speed metal, it's weird. So if you're a fan of speed metal, I mean, I could see if you don't like. If you like new metal, you could dig hardcore, or like metalcore.
Look, I mean, I'm not saying. Look, if there's a band, and I hear a song and I like the way it sounds, I'm into it. But I mean, a lot of the bands that you mentioned, like A, I wouldn't know where to find them, and B, I don't know if I'd like them or not. I don't know.
Good old YouTube and Spotify.
But
That's
I
how
mean,
that's how
especially
that's how you find them
That's
nowadays.
really it. It's YouTube. It's YouTube, and you
YouTube
remember
and
the thing.
Spotify.
So remember the thing.
but I don't listen to Spot. I don't have anything to do or listen to anything on Spotify. I really don't.
No, but well, you remember how I was gonna say you just go on YouTube. YouTube is like the easiest thing. I mean, Spotify's faster to find stuff because you can just look up one band and they have everything there.
But
YouTube.
the other thing Spotify has, it's like if you like a band, they have fans of this band. Also check out this, and that's where the deep dive starts. And also Spotify tailors playlists to your tastes. Like they have several playlists, like some new music stuff, some this that. They always have album recommendations. Like Spotify, basically, like if you're like, I don't really know what's going on in the world of music, I'm lost. All of a sudden, you look at seeing what's up, you're like, oh, all right.
Spotify is Spotify is almost like iTunes used to be.
Spotify is like the OG, is like what Napster used to be. But it's just legal.
Oh, trust me.
Spotify is like
Napster,
MySpace used to be.
when it comes to Napster, man, I was all over Napster, man. Oh God, I used to love that. I used to have on my Napster playlist. I had over like 500 songs on that thing.
Yeah, Napster never really gave you recommendations. You just
No. Neither did.
search your own shit. Where MySpace was like, say, if like you like My Chemical Romance, they go, oh well, you check out these bands as well. And that's what Spotify's like. Like, say you type in, I don't know, like you type in Killswitch Engage. And they go, oh, well, if you like Killswitch Engage, you can check this band out, this band, that, you know. Or there are like playlists and shit like that. Like, where YouTube is always like, they'll just give a bunch of the same shit. And then eventually maybe you'll see way, way, way down, you know, what else there is. And it's like, nah. YouTube's okay for like when they do like the breakdown compilations.
Yeah.
Like the sickest breakdowns that'll like make you come or some shit.
Oh Jesus.
Oh
no,
my God.
what it is, it's just like they take snippets of songs from bands. And they'll show, and they're like, oh, the band's here, then, you know, and here's the link. I'm like, oh, all right, cool, I dig this band. Like
It's funny you mentioned that. It's funny you mentioned Killswitch, because when I used to listen to Killswitch all the time.
Hey,
Then they
Ron.
recommended Shadows Fall to me. Then I got to see Shadows Fall live. Shadows Fall is a fucking great band. I don't know if you've heard of them, have you?
Yeah, I know Shadows Fall.
I got
In
to see
Flames,
them.
Shadows Fall, yeah.
I got to see Shadows Fall, Damage Plan, and somebody else on the last four with Dimebag before he died. So,
See, like, I liked Killswitch. I liked Killswitch Engage, but when I saw Killswitch Engage, I also saw Every Time I Die. And I like Every Time I Die.
and you know what? You know what's funny? It's funny about that is because I had a buddy who busted my chops because I heard the song "Fuck You" by ICP, "Fuck the World,"
Yeah.
and I instantly became a fan of ICP from that. And he's like, "Why do you like a bunch of guys that dress up like clowns?" I'm like, "They were cool." I thought. I still listen to ICP from time to time.
Honestly, the only reason I knew I really was okay with ICP was for the sole fact that they made 2 video games that were fucking great in Backyard Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
For the PS2. So it's like, that's where I knew about that. And that's honestly where I knew about CZW at the very beginning. Because 2 had CZW guys.
Like, it was weird. Like, when I got into Killswitch Engage, I first got into them, like, with the old singer, and how I got into them was from a Hellfest DVD.
Oh, God.
But the Hellfest DVD also had, like, Poison the Well on it, like old Poison the Well. Like old Poison the Well on it. It had Every Time I Die from their first album. It had old 18 Visions before they sucked. I don't know if Ronnie remembers old 18 Visions.
I gotta go back. It's been a while. I gotta go back and listen.
Like old 18 Visions, like oh my god, what the fuck was the first song? Greatest hit or whatever. Like the first song of it, like sit down and shut up so I can sing you your fucking love song.
Nice fucking song.
Oh, it was awesome. But that was like 18 Visions back in the day before they became like, before they tried to be Stone Temple Pilots for some reason. That was when like 18 Visions was very I don't know what, I guess they would be like swaggish. I have no fucking clue. Well, I mean, old 18 Visions was almost like the pioneers of like fashion core back in the day.
Right.
Where it was just, well, the guy was a hairdresser, but he screamed bloody murder and shit like that. They were good. And like 18 Visions, like that shit. And then I got into like, well, I was more into the pop punk, and then all of a sudden I saw the mix like pop punk and hardcore, like stuff like Boy Sets Fire, etc. And I really got into that. So
Right.
there's like so many ridiculous subgenres now. I mean, if you like speed metal, try deathcore.
I've heard of deathcore.
Like
I've heard of
Suicide
deathcore.
Silence, like old school Suicide Silence.
Well, another band I was into too, and it's like I hate to use this name, but I was big on Suicidal Tendencies.
Well, that's hardcore.
I used to love Tendencies, man.
Like
How can I die? How can I die tomorrow when I can't even laugh today? Now, how can I smile today when I can't even laugh tomorrow? Send me your money. I mean, some of those songs.
like old school Suicide Silence. That's like vintage deathcore right there. Despised Icon. Fucking Thy Art Is Murder. I mean, some old school Parkway Drive can be considered sort of deathcore. I don't know about that though. It's like the song "Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em." I mean, that's like almost straight up deathcore.
Gonna say, "Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em's one of those.
You know what other band I used to listen to? The only reason I knew about this band was because, funny, it's because of Bam Margera, band Him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, him.
I listened to them because the only reason because I used to watch Viva La Bam all the time, and he was always talking about that band. In fact, he was friends with the lead singer. You know, and that's when I used to listen to them. I mean, I haven't listened to them in years, you know, and stuff like that. But they were always, I thought they were pretty good. I don't know what you would consider them.
They were like rock. Ronnie, here's one. This was the first local New Jersey band I ever saw, like local New Jersey show when I was in Philly.
Okay.
The Dillinger Escape Plan
Yes.
with Dimitri.
Oh God.
Breathing fire and all the crazy shit.
Pulling some bullshit Kiss bullshit right there, like just.
Dude, fucking. The first song I ever heard by them was The Mullet Burden, and I was a fan ever since.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
The Mullet Burden is like a litmus test for people like, oh, you really think you're down with the extreme metal, huh? Here we go. It's like it's like that is like there's like death metal mathcore. And it's just like as soon as he hits. I mean, the thing is like how he does the one thing with like the string and it sounds like a bomb being dropped.
Yeah.
What about Five Finger Death Punch? Where would you put that?
No.
Yeah. And then they have the strobe lights going.
If you want us to have a 2-hour show, John, we don't talk about Five Finger Fake Punch.
Oh, Five Finger Deep Throat.
Yeah.
I love America, Trump. Yeah, fuck
All right,
them.
let's move on to things. It's already 45. Let's move on.
Well,
guys.
John, what did you want?
Hold on. I mean, the amazingness that was like the Dillinger Escape Plans live show. Holy fuck! It starts off like all the lights are down, like that. It like has like that normal, like, how can I put it? That like basement style lighting. You know what I mean, Ronnie?
Yeah.
And then as soon as as soon as Chris Penny started hitting the drums, like while the strobe lights go on and off like that, and you have no idea where anybody is because the strobe lights like off, on, off, on, off, on, and all of a sudden the lights come on and Dimitri's screaming right in your face, like a fucking horror movie, just like. And God forbid if you were in the pit. If you were in the pit, you were dead.
You weren't talking about Pitt. When Anthrax was playing the Starland Ballroom, the last one when they got the whole original band back together. I was at the Starland. They filmed that concert. I actually have it on DVD. That pit, oh good lord,
Different style pit.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you right now. I got into a wall of death once. Dude, I'm sorry, but thank God I was a lot heavier back then, because there were like some dudes would literally try so. I've been in a wall of death. I don't go into pits that often, but I go into like pits when I get forced into them and it gets ugly. I've been scratched to a point where I had blood coming down my face, and I'm just like, all right, you know what? That's it. We're fucking done. And I did a ring of death. When I stood in the middle, I just go, "Come on, fuckers!" I'm like, "You wanna fucking cut me? All right, we're gonna start throwing some bitches." And everyone's throwing. I'm throwing people out of the fucking pit, like it's a Royal Rumble.
I remember at Dillinger with the strobe lights and all that shit. Like one of my friend goes, because I was like right on the edge by the pit. He's like, when the strobe lights start going off and like that, you turn around and you basically cover up like a boxer.
Yep.
I was like, why? All of a sudden I turn around, I turn around with that, and I'm here, I'm like, feet and freaking fists and shit. I'm like, holy shit.
I'm sorry, but the other thing is, too, is as much as that's a pit, I don't like the swinging, the flailing arm pits. I'm like, nah, shoulder blocks. Throw some throw some shoulders.
Well, that's a different style of music.
I know that. Like, but no, I see that in metal. I mean, I'm not talking about like a shark pit where you see like it's fucking when. Oh God, where was I at? I was at a Avenged Sevenfold fucking concert.
Yeah, well, there's like a circle pit where they do the circle pit. And then there's like, all right. I mean, like old school Avenged Sevenfold, you'll see more of like a hardcore style dancing where they're flailing all over the place.
Well,
where you're
so
just like, holy God.
Oh no, dude. So I went to a Avenged Sevenfold concert, and it was right when Rev died.
Ah.
And Portnoy was the drummer. and oh Jesus fucking Christ, was the crowd up for that?
I met Portnoy. I met him at
vinyl. I saw that, and I'm just like, oh, he's the drummer for this show. Oh, thank God I'm in a normal seat and nowhere near a pit.
Dude, you want to know the craziest? The craziest pit, and it's not like violent. The thing is, it's in sync. Not the band, not the stupid group.
I was gonna say, I'm like elaborate.
No, I'm talking about basically any old school youth crew hardcore show.
Okay.
Because it's like the guys get in there and they dance, and it's almost like in unison.
Oh, okay.
It's like, throw this way, throw the fist, pick up change. I mean, it's like the violent electric slide. It's like do the hardcore skank. All right, now flail around. Now windmill. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It's like they're like right in the point where they're almost touching each other, but they're not.
Yeah, it's almost like choreographed. It's ridiculous. It's like pick up change to the left, pick up change to the right. Now swing your fist. Now pick up change. Yeah, it's not like a metalcore show. A metalcore show, they just fucking, it's like all out chaos.
I've seen, yeah, I mean, I've been to like, I think it's weird because I've been to a concert where it makes no, it's like, so I've been to pits, but I've been to stoner concerts. Dude, you want to know the weirdest comparison I've ever seen was Aerosmith and Motley Crue?
Motley Crue.
And Aerosmith
Oh,
in a concert
all
together.
All I can call is the old Dillinger pits with the freaking strobe lights on. I can call it hyper violence.
Yeah, you're right.
Because everybody just goes nuts when the strobe lights are on, and you can't see shit. So you're swinging and swinging and swinging and hoping you don't get clocked. And it's the minute you stop swinging, that's when you're gonna get clocked. So you just keep swinging.
Bob and weave, Paul Tyson.
You keep swinging, flailing, windmilling, kicking, whatever you gotta do.
Paul and Mike
And
Tyson.
Yeah, not like a, oh, hey, like front kick. No, like roundhouses all over the place. As much as Bruce Lee you can get, you do. You go Van Damme.
Yeah.
Leroy.
Yeah, some Leroy Jenkins shit right there.
Dude, you go straight up Van Damme 360 kick the whole time, like, wah, wah.
Just and while you're doing it, you keep the fedora on.
Well, that's you.
No.
I'm taking my old school hardcore.
I know what you're saying.
Cap on. Keep the cap on and keep your backpack zipped.
But all right. So anyway.
All right. Yeah. So
John, John, what did you watch?
So this weekend, since it was Halloween, and I started watching a new show on Amazon Prime called Truth Seekers with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. They're Shaun of the Dead guys. Funny as fuck. Where Nick Frost is like a paranormal investigator stuff. Oh, it's just fucking hysterical. I started watching that. And today, before I watched it, when Ronnie had called me, I was just finishing. I said, I'm watching a good horror movie before I watch the other one. I watched the original Exorcist. The classic. I mean, you can't get any better than the original Exorcist. I mean, right or wrong.
Yeah.
The Exorcist, I only get a That's a classic.
No, I said you're right.
I mean, that movie's a friggin' classic, man. I mean, damn. But and then that was pretty much it. I pretty much kept it very low. I didn't watch a lot this weekend, but that was it. Ronnie?
So I watched Epic Rap Battles.
Okay.
Of history.
They did. So I wonder if Chris, did you watch it?
No, I just know the.
So they did their traditional 4-year presidential rap battle.
Oh yeah. I also watched Saturday Night Live, and that was funny. But yeah.
They did Joe Biden versus Trump. No Abraham Lincoln. That's not a spoiler on that. No Abe Lincoln. Because Peter was Biden, so because of COVID, they couldn't be in the same office. Yeah. What else did I watch? I watched a lot of I watched NXT UK. Bro, Walter versus Dragunov. Holy fucking shit! Did they beat the ever living piss out of each other?
Walter versus Ilya Dragunov.
Dude, all they did was chop half the fucking night. And the entire match was like, oh, I'm going to chop you. And chop you. Dude, their chests were bloody, was just beat freaking red.
Yeah.
Dude, it looked like an old school Japanese match. I'm going to chop you about 800 times, and that's the match.
Are we talking like Walter chops?
No, this was Walter. This was NXT UK.
Okay. I didn't.
Yeah, it was literally a 30-minute chop fest.
Was there a UK? It was a takeover, or was it just a
No,
regular
it
show?
was just a regular show.
Damn.
Yeah, it literally might. Because I haven't seen really that many other style of matches. This has gotten my so far match of the year candidate. It's that good.
Well, because Walter, I mean, did you ever see that dude's hands?
Oh yeah, they're like frying pans.
Exactly.
Other than that, that was about it.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, not much. I mean, besides football and
I put the Jets on and I fell asleep.
yeah. All right. So there's one thing I have to talk about. So the news going through Twitch and WWE is Vince McMahon is forcing all their talent to take down their Twitch, to suspend their Twitch accounts, which led Paige to cry about, like literally on stream cry about how she hates the company and how she thinks that it's unfair how they're treating her.
Well, it is unfair.
But here's the thing. I'm not saying that it's not, but here's the problem. Vince, they all signed a contract, correct? So everyone except Paige has taken theirs down, has suspended theirs. Which is kind of weird because Xavier Woods has the YouTube channel, so why he suspended it is beyond me.
He suspended the YouTube one?
No, because that's under WWE's. He suspended his
down,
Twitch.
right?
Yeah, he suspended his Twitch.
I know AJ suspended his.
AJ, Gale, Cesaro suspended theirs, which, like I said, Cesaro is part of Up, Up, Down, Down, so why he suspended it is still beyond me. But Paige started complaining on, like, oh, I broke my neck for this, and, like, what people are not understanding is it's not the fact that you're streaming is why Vince was upset. It's the fact that you're making close to through Twitch roughly $100K a month, and you're still under contract.
Well, but the thing is like this: if creative has nothing to do for you, and you find an avenue to do it yourself outside of WWE, I mean, that's on you.
But here's the thing. But even if you're still under contract, because to him that's almost like an indie.
They're not using her.
Then they should release her. Listen, if she wasn't under contract and she's doing this, it's null and void. This whole thing is stupid to even talk about then, because it doesn't matter then, because the WWE can't touch anything that she does.
All right. If you think, the thing is this: as soon as somebody goes like, oh well, they released her and all that, as soon as that would happen, they would face such backlash because, oh, she fucked up her neck and all that shit, and now they're gonna release her in the middle of a pandemic. It's like she was doing the interview shit, or she was doing WWE backstage.
Right.
WWE all of a sudden didn't like it because CM Punk told WWE what their product really was.
Well, that was their fault to put that was their fault to have CM Punk on there. But guess what? Fox hired him.
That was Fox.
But they didn't.
I'm bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Fox saying that. Fox doing that, and well, if anything, that should force WWE. Maybe we should make our product better. Instead of, oh, they don't know what they're doing. Dude, I mean, this is almost like Doug Peterson at the fucking, press conference. You don't know what's going on. It's like, no, just make it better.
Oh, no,
but
no one's saying that, no. But
but they had nothing to do. She has nothing to do. And the thing is like this, because they punished Zack Ryder for this. And they punished other superstars, other wrestlers for this. Well, they're under a contract. They're not being used. Therefore, if you're not being used, you need to get your name out there because it's like, oh yeah, we have these T-shirts.
Well,
we have these T-shirts, but nobody will buy them because nobody knows who the fuck you are because we never put you on TV. Or if we do put you on TV, it's on main event. Or you're hurt to the point where you can't wrestle anymore, but we have nothing for you to do because the managerial thing, didn't work because, well, it did work, but then we wanted to turn them heel and turn them on you because we wanted you off TV. It just doesn't. So you don't give the person shit to do, and then you expect them to just sit there and stew while, you fuck around and,
But
dick around and shit like that, and then they find something else to do and they found a way. Not to mention also the good things, all the good things she's done with that Twitch channel. Not just, oh, I make money for myself. No, she's paid people's bills during this fucking pandemic. Like, she has actually gone to people and been like, well, you need help with this? Here's your money. Here's the money.
Here's the thing. That is different, but it's not when she's getting money from donations from other people. Twitch, it does not work that way through, like, subscriptions. The easiest thing that the problem is that what Vince is doing is, like, he's seeing how much she's making from subs. Correct? You can't see how much someone's making from strictly donations. Because that's impossible, because you can't know that until the year's end.
Alright, but the thing is, her Twitch channel is separate from WWE. Same as any wrestler's Twitch channel is separate from WWE. The fact that all of a sudden WWE wants a piece of that, it is just fucking money grubbing. That's all it is. It's money grubbing bullshit. Saying like, oh well, we see you while you're finding a way to do well for yourself while we're in the pandemic and we can't pay you, we're nickeling and diming you, or whatever because you can't work live events. Which is a massive shot.
That's what I was trying to say to you, John. That's the reason they're getting prorated.
Income, so you find a way to get on Twitch, but now we want a piece of it. Oh yeah, and by the way, now since we regulate it, you have to be on Twitch every day.
See,
every wrestler has to have a
that's
Twitch,
the problem.
And that's fucked.
See, that I don't agree with.
When you're done, I got a little something to say about this when you're done.
I mean that's fucked up. So first off, so a wrestler does well for they find a way. Well, here's the thing. She did a thing on Twitch, right? She took her Twitter thing and said, "Oh yeah, I'm going on Twitch. If you want to follow me, follow me." And she amassed a bunch of followers. I mean, all on her own. No WWE help.
Yes and no. Here's the thing. I agree with you that it was on her own that she went out and put that out there into the ether, but WWE's, her name is from WWE, so it's kind of that catch-22. They followed her because...
She changed it to Saraya, but then she changed it to Saraya and people still found her.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, well, yeah, people still found her. It's like Saraya. I was like, well, people knew her damn name because it was her Twitter following.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like, oh, your page. Yeah, no shit. Like, and the thing is also, she's wildly popular anyway because look at her goddamn boyfriend.
Yeah.
Ronnie fucking Radke from like fucking Falling in Reverse. So, Falling in Reverse escaped the Fate fame. So, it is what it is. But the fact that WWE's like, well, you're not, we don't have anything for you to do, so you need to give us money. Fuck you.
No, but
shit herself.
But all
she was always like saying WWE. She was always praising it. And now you want to come back and basically say, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. We know you gave your career and basically your professional life to us, and you can't do anything anymore, and now you found a way to do anything else, and now we want that as well. That's fucked up. I'm sorry, that is some Trumpian shit.
But all she has to do, here's the thing, and this is the thing that no one's realizing. all she has to do is turn off subscription. No one's saying she can't stream. It's the Vince is seeing the fact that she's making this money and then trying to fuck her over, pretty much making it her job. If she turns around and says, "Listen, stream is not making any money, so you can't nickel and dime me, and this is what I do for a hobby," guess what? Vince has no leg to fucking stand on.
Well, he doesn't have a leg to stand on anyway because she did it outside of WWE.
There's
still nothing within her contract about the Twitch thing. All of a sudden, they wrote a piece in there. All of a sudden, it's bullshit. It is complete bullshit. And any wrestler will attest to it. And the fact that you're defending this is bullshit.
No, I just think the fact that she's crying about it, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, but how much money has she made? And then she's, if it's that big of a deal, turn off the subs. Turn it off. Because then it's done. It's null and void. Then you can't fucking do it. Then Vince has no leg to stand on, period. No one's saying she can't stream.
Just let me know when I can talk because I just let me know when I can go.
I'm not defending Vince. I'm saying as though I understand it because technically, even though it's not part of that, you still are under WWE's banner. Name or not, you're still under a contract. I hate saying that, but it is the truth.
Yeah, you're under a contract to show up at WWE shows, at WWE events. Well, wrestle, but you can't wrestle anymore. So you're a creative talent, right? So you are a talent on WWE programming. If WWE programming has nothing for you, aka creative, and you do shit on your own outside of it, that's not on WWE like YouTube. It's not on the WWE Twitch. It's nothing affiliated with WWE. Then that's yours. But they're saying, everything you do, even if it's outside of the contract now, it's under contract. And that's bullshit.
But then why do people like Adam Cole and Dakota Kai, I mean, to them, they don't stream. They stream, but they still have theirs up.
Dakota doesn't stream that much anymore because he tried to do that shit to her. And her shit, and she used to stream way back before she was even in WWE.
That I knew, yeah. I was
under
gonna say
the Charlie Girl thing.
Yeah, she was doing that. But
Cole
is still streaming.
Cole streams because he didn't. It's like, all right, well, my name's Adam Cole. Yeah, WWE doesn't own that shit.
Yeah.
And he can do his own shit.
All right, John, what were you gonna say?
Okay, all right. Now, this is going to be a shocker because I agree with Chris, and Chris is going to agree with what I'm going to say in this thing. I mentioned it to you before, Ronnie, when we spoke. Yeah. WWE is a publicly traded company. We all know this.
Yeah.
They're on the stock exchange. We all know this. Chris watches Wrestle Talk. I watch Wrestle Talk. When the pandemic hit, Vince cut all these wrestlers, furloughed everybody, blah, 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 and all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. We already know that. I'm not going to rehash that.
Right.
Yeah.
Then their quarterly meetings come out, and Vince made money. In June or July, I can't remember which month it was, the quarterly came out, and he made I can't remember how many millions he made. And you're telling me that he had to cut all those guys and he still made money. If he had just given these guys a small pay cut, every one of those wrestlers, with the exception of the ones that wanted to get released, would have still been employed.
Now, the spin off of that, and I'll let you finish real quick. I just want to ask you this.
Let me finish because I got more to say about
Well, I understand that. I just wanted to stack on top of that. If they offered them less money, how do we know they didn't offer them and they didn't take it?
Because I've watched interviews with Gallows and Anderson, and they were flat out fired.
Oh, well, yeah, I knew that.
They were fired. And so, I'm sorry. They were two of the highest paid guys they had. Now, because Luke Gallows even said it, if somebody had come to me and said, look, things are a little tough. Would you guys mind taking a little bit less money? And Gallo said he would have done it. And Anderson said the same thing. They would have taken less money to stay because they were happy where they were. But Vince is like, no, either we're not giving you a pay cut, you're gone. And that's why they're so critical of the company now, is because Vince basically fucked them. Fucked them out of the guaranteed money that they were when they re-signed that new contract. Vince basically fucked them on the money that they were guaranteed to get by firing them. That he doesn't have to pay them. So that's that thing. And as opposed to Paige, and this goes to Cameo too. I'm going to bring up Cameo, and this is the reason why. Alexa Bliss, Cesaro, Cole, and there's a bunch of other ones. I can't remember all of them. But there was about 20 or 30 wrestlers that were on Cameo. Every one of those Cameo accounts have been shut down. Now, Vince wanted a cut of that. All these were 30-second goodwill things for fans and for people like, oh, happy birthday, congratulations, congratulations on this, oh, keep your spirits up, you'll get through, God forbid, if you're going through a disease. All this was like, it's like a pep talk, a 30-second pep talk. And then the fact that greedy Mr. almost a billionaire McMahon wants a cut of Twitch money, Cameo money, and all that shit, it just proves that how much of a low-down son of a bitch that the man is. And I said this to you before, Ronnie, and Chris, this is where I think you'll agree with me. When AEW started, before the shop AEW got started, the Young Bucks, all their merchandise came out of their house. Their wives packaged up all the autographs, T-shirts, sweatshirts, so on and so forth. It was all done out of the Matt and Nick Jackson's houses. Where in any world did Tony Khan go to them and go, I want a cut of your money?
Right.
Not one fucking cent did he ask the Young Bucks for money. And all of them, a lot of them, let me get through this.
No problem.
A lot of them are on Twitch. A lot of them are on Cameo. Not one Twitch account for AEW is shut down. Not one Cameo account is shut down for an AEW guy. Because Tony Khan never once asked for a percentage of the money. And Tony Khan is nowhere near as rich as Vince McMahon is. Vince McMahon has got more money than him. And the fact that greedy Vince is like, well, they're making money. Huh? I need to buy a new Rolls Royce this week. Let me get some of that Twitch money, Paige. Let me get some of that Twitch money, Adam Cole. So on and so forth. That's all he is he's looking for free money any way he can get it without doing a goddamn thing to earn it.
Yeah, he released wrestlers and shit like that, like Raw, SmackDown got cut and all that. Yeah, did you notice how hardly nobody from NXT got cut?
And it's the fact of the matter is, the
yeah,
point I'm trying to make with this,
it's under its
the point
own
I'm trying
separate.
to make with this is, Vince is not. I'll say one thing: Vince is not a stupid man. Because if he was a stupid man, he wouldn't be in the business as long as he has been. He is a smart guy when it comes to certain things. Right now, he's totally out of line. He's 1,000% out of line.
Oh yeah.
Asking these people for this, and because you know what, there is somebody that streamed. There is a current WWE or NXT, if you want to call it, superstar that goes on YouTube on a semi-daily basis and plays games. It's Jessamine Duke.
Yeah.
Not 1 minute have I heard anybody going after her. And she's, and she gets this. She asks for some. It's like, oh, subscribe to my channel. I have this, I have that. Not once have I heard them go after her. Because you know why? Because she flies under the radar. She's not on Vince's radar.
Well, because NXT is NXT. Vince doesn't touch NXT.
Well, also NXT, like Trips and Stephanie saved it from cuts too. Like
yeah,
they
But the
They
whole
went
bottom
to
line
bat
is,
for everyone they could.
I'm just gonna sum it up and then we'll move on. The fact that Vince is basically was, and I'm gonna bring it right back to Paige. Paige gave her neck, her back, everything to this WWE. When she signed, she was an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
She
She
was an
gave her life.
18-year-old
She
kid.
gave her life, basically.
She, that's where I was going. She gave her life, soul, blood, sweat, tears, all those cliches to the WWE. She basically handed them an 18-year-old body and say, let's run with me and do this thing. The fact that she had her neck operated on many times, you know, she went all through that shit with Del Rio and all that other shit, Total Divas, everything, the suspensions and everything. And not one time during that entire time that she's been with this company until now has she ever said a negative thing about WWE. She has done nothing but praise it, salute it, you know, say, this is who WWE is the best, this, and this. Until they started trying to come after her Twitch money, which is money that she has every right to because she's the one doing the work. What is it's not like they're using WWE cameras. They're not using WWE storylines or scripts. They're not even. She's not even using her own her WWE name. And the fact that Vince is so greedy that he's like, well, since I lost some money during the pandemic, oh wait a minute, I can get free money from my wrestlers who I'm not doing jack shit with, who are sitting on their thumbs because they can't work, because their bodies are broken, because I broke their bodies. And in essence, fuck him and fuck the Rolls Royce he rolled in on.
And that's why wrestlers really can't wait until Triple H takes over.
And I mean, did I say you need Chris? Am I right about the whole thing with the AEW and WWE? How Tony Khan has never come after them?
Oh, AEW's never come after them. I mean, NXT doesn't even That's why Adam Cole doesn't hardly get anything, because Adam Cole's under the NXT banner, and Triple H is like, do your shit.
Yeah.
And that's why wrestlers have said there are wrestlers on Raw and SmackDown that are underused. Like, just throw me back to NXT. I'd rather work with Triple H.
But the fact that gets me, the one thing that gets me, is they're technically independent contractors. Independent means
but
not affiliated,
yes.
but yet they still own this, that, and the other thing about them.
See, that whole thing is complete. That argument is complete and utter asinine. The fact that, oh, we're independent contractors, but yet if you get hurt, it doesn't mean shit because we don't. You're on your own about insurance. Yeah, that's a load of bullshit. It's one, like I said, that's where everyone's like, oh, well, they need to form a union. I go, unions don't work in WWE or anything like that. If you get your SAG card, on the other hand, that's a union that you can get in no problem, and they won't and they will royally fuck with you.
And the thing is, hardly any insurance company would really insure a wrestler, except, wait for it, the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
And what's Vince's butt buddy trying to do?
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
But you know what it is, and it's like, I remember, I read Jesse Ventura's book. I ain't got time to bleed. I'm sorry, I'm plugging that book, even though it's old as hell.
Thermite paint.
The fact that Jesse Ventura had mentioned to Hulk Hogan that Jesse was thinking about trying to get a union started with the wrestlers. Jesse and Hulk used to be friends. The second Jesse mentioned that to Hogan, Hogan ran and told Vince what Jesse was thinking about doing. And that's when Vince put the kibosh on the shit with Jesse. And Jesse got punished for that. Paige, in a way, is this generation's Jesse Ventura. She brought up unions. She's getting penalized for it. She's getting fucked for it.
No, she brought up unions after.
She said, I heard a lot of unions. I heard a lot of stuff about unions with Zelina Vega and yada, 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 yada.
And she's already been talking to lawyers about trying to get a union set up.
because they had a big Zoom call with Andrew Yang,
Yeah.
and Andrew Yang said, "Just wait," because Yang has the ear of a possible president-elect. That shit will happen as unions go.
But the fact of just, I'm sorry if I came off. It's like, look, I love wrestling. I've loved it since I was 9 years old. I've always loved it. I've loved the WWF, NWA, AWA, going on, so on and so forth. When all this started coming out about Vince, like, oh, I want their money and stuff like that, I'm like, you're a motherfucking billionaire. What do you need some wrestler who gave their blood, literally, to the sport and to make you money? What right do you have to? They're outside of the business money. You don't.
Right.
You got to keep your fucking grubby mitts off of that.
They're under your contract. That wasn't part of the contract. Now you want to amend the contract and tell them to sign it. They should tell you to go fuck off.
No, you know what it is, and it's like Kevin. When I first heard the fact that Vince was going to try to amend contracts and have them sign the amended contracts, Kevin Owens came out and said, if you try to force contracts like that on us now, I guarantee you half, if not almost all, the locker room's going to walk out.
Yep.
And then that's when he stopped with the amendment to contracts. Because when he said half the locker room, if not all of them, would walk out, I believe him when he said that.
Yeah, Kevin Owens said it, then Stephanie was like, Dad, I think it's a bad idea.
It's like, I'm sorry, you're not going to have, okay, Vince, you try to enforce this, guess what? Monday Night Raw is going to be you wrestling Triple H with Stephanie as the referee, because that's all it's going to fucking be then.
So it's
going to be calling commentary, because there ain't going to be no commentary staff either.
So it's WWE.
The crazy thing when Vince tried that, Stephanie was doing her own shit, like empowering women, getting women to vote, yada yada yada, whatever. And all of a sudden she's like, I hear this crap. She tweets back and calls Triple H and all this other shit, like, it is a bad idea.
But I mean, it's like, Vince, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again until I'm blue in the face. Vince is so out of touch with everything going on with his talent that he doesn't know his head from his ass.
Oh, he is.
Because the fact of the matter is, I'm sorry to say it this way, Punk said, oh, Triple H is, Stephanie's going to take it on her idiot son-in-law and stuff like that. I'm sorry, that Punk was a little bit. Triple H has always will be one of the boys, originally.
Oh, yeah.
He knows what the boys go through. He knows what they, go through on a daily basis, day in, day out. Vince has wrestled a handful of matches. I'm sorry, Vince, you're not one of the boys. You're the boss. You never were one of the boys, and you never will be one of the boys.
And that's why
Stephanie's got more street cred in the ring than you do.
I was gonna say he was some of the boys back in the '90s, and like when he was doing commentary, when his dad was running.
That's not even one of the boys. And the funny thing is,
I'm talking about one of the boys that's actually getting in the ring and taking your lumps. Sure, Vince is taking some bumps here and there. I'm not going to deny that he has.
He's pulled 2 quads.
All right, what I'm saying is,
I'm just trying to slide in the fucking ring.
and then Stephanie basically saying, Stephanie with Triple H, she's got a whole nother look. She got a whole nother perspective than what Vince had.
Because Triple H and Stephanie knows what it's like to be in that ring a lot. Vince, like I said, Vince may have had a handful of matches in the business. Fine. Got more matches than I've had in the business, and I've never had a single one. But that's not what I'm trying to say. Triple H and Stephanie, and even Shane for that matter, would run that company, and they would listen to the boys and say, okay, we got to make sure we do right by these guys, because these guys are what pay off, what get us our money. Without them, we got no product. If we don't treat these guys right, they're either A, not going to stay with us when their contracts are up, or B, we're not going to get any of the new up and comers because they're going to hear, oh, the WWE is terrible to work for.
Oh, they was.
Why do you think when the Bucks and Kenny Omega were free agents, WWE threw buttloads of money at them? All three of them said, "Fuck that," and they went and they created AEW. I heard the contract they offered the Bucks. There was a six-figure contract for each. It was in the millions, and both Matt and Nick said, "No way." Kenny Omega was going to get maybe seven figures. He said no, because he knows what it's like to work for that company, because he did it when he was there with the developmental shit. He knew how he was worse shit back then. He's like, I'm not going to put myself through it again.
Right.
And now, I'm sorry, but if I'm an up-and-coming wrestler and I got potential, I see two doors, a WWE door and an AEW door. I'm going to the AEW door.
Dude, not...
Sure, Vince might have more money, but guess what? I'll get more exposure in AEW, either through Dark or on Dynamite or on a pay-per-view. I'll get a shot more than I will get a shot on television with WWE. I might go on NXT, but guess what? I might wrestle 6,000 Dark matches on NXT and never see a TV.
Well, the thing is, and we're missing, and at the same time, too, you're missing two companies that are out there that are getting more exposure every single day.
What, Ring of Honor and Impact?
Nah, I'm not even saying ROH. Impact is, yes, Impact is one of them. But MLW is starting to get a lot of, they just got a TV show on Bleacher Report.
Well, I understand that, and I agree with that, but I'm just saying, if I were talented enough and two big ones were offering me contracts, I would go AEW first before WWE, because if I'm in AEW, I can do my own stuff. I can call my own spots. I can make my own merch, and I don't have to worry about Vince going, I don't think we like that, pal. I want to make you a garbage man, or I want to make you a chicken in a suit, I see potential in that, and bury guys.
Or
Vince is
make Matt
famous
Riddle
for
Riddle.
burying guys.
Yeah, and they take out Matt and just call him Riddle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Riddle.
another piece of shit right there. But it's like, that's what I'm trying to. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is like, Vince will bury people just for his own amusement.
I mean,
But-
we all knew that from back in the day when with the Rhodes family.
Right. I mean, but the thing is, AEW right now. I'm not knocking Impact, MLW, Ring of Honor. I'm not knocking them. But I'm sorry. Right now, if it were the two big companies, it's AEW and WWE. I'm sorry. Those are the two big ones right now. It's kinda like
The only reason AEW is even the number quote unquote 2 is because there's a stench on TNA that people don't want to freaking realize anymore. And the problem is though is Impact and MLW is putting out better shit than AEW, and the problem with AEW is that they're starting to get watered down with talent. Or it's the land of misfit toys with everybody from WWE. And I hate saying that because I love guys from AEW. Guys that people that we know were there. But it's like, it's the fact that like, it's now turning into the island of misfit toys with AEW. Get released from WWE. Yup, he's on AEW.
Not all of them, because some of them went to Impact, like Rhino, Heath Slater, Anderson and Gallows, Eric Young, EC3.
Everybody that
They
you're
all
listing
went to
off right
Impact.
now, everyone that you were just listing off right there, though, has either been on TNA, worked through TNA through New Japan, or they've have friends that were. The only one that wasn't is Slater and Brian Myers. That's it. And Myers had the Pat Buck content. That's the only reason why he was even in TNA. Because remember the old WrestlePro thing back in the day?
Right.
That's a big reason Myers is there. But I'm saying is the only one that wasn't there that was from E that never had a stint in Impact was Slater. That's it. Everyone else had kind of a stint in TNA in some way or another.
But the whole thing, it's like I said, the whole thing, it all boils down to one last thing, and then we really should move on. The fact that Vince is so, his ego is so big that he's like, he wants, like the old adage, you can't get blood from a stone. Well, he's fucking trying with every ounce of his fucking might to get blood out of fucking stone out of some of these people, age. And it really needs to fucking stop. It really does. Because he doesn't need any more fucking money. He's got enough. You know? Keep doing what you're doing. Stay out of the wrestler's pocketbooks.
It's only going to stop until someone sues him.
Which, at this rate, you don't know if Paige is going to eventually get down to say, I want, fire me or get out. And she might bring a lawsuit. And if she does, good for her. I hope she does if she were to get released or fired or whatever. She has every right to. Because she earned that money. Vince didn't. He has no fucking right to it.
No, she has other lawsuits. She has lawsuits for other shit that's happened under WWE's banner that Vince does not want to get dug up.
But then the fact that if there's so many skeletons in the closet, like you're saying, I don't know why he's going after her like this. Because he knows she can turn around and fuck him at any minute.
Oh, there you go. There's the reason why he doesn't want the skeletons brought out.
But whatever. I said what I said on that. Chris, do you have anything to add to anything I said or no?
No, I mean, like I said before, wrestlers have said they can't wait till Triple H takes over. And Triple H and Stephanie take over because they actually, listen to the people. I mean, look at it. If it wasn't for Triple H and Stephanie having the ear of the fans, the Yes movement would have never happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they saw that fans are going, yes, yes, yes. I think we got something here. And all of a sudden, they put it in place where all of a sudden Triple H turns on Daniel Bryan and it gets the fans even more riled up.
Well, again, you can see what WWE, what is Vince's thing and what is Hunter's. You can clearly see as who, when Hunter wants to work with somebody, you can tell it's Hunter running the story.
I mean, look at one of the most iconic scenes in WWE. In WWE history, the Yes movement takes over Raw.
I remember that.
Where the fans are all in the ring and all that shit. I mean, that was such a springboard for Daniel Bryan's career. In WWE, anyway.
I remember that.
Such a ridiculous springboard, and he was working with Triple H. And that's how it happened.
Yep.
And they had to be like, yeah, this is going to be amazing. And they were right.
Right.
Where even when the Batista was supposed to win and go, that Batista even went to Hunter, he's like, dude, why isn't Bryan? He's like white hot.
Yeah, why go against the grain?
And that's why Batista all of a sudden, Hunter's like, I think you should turn heel. And Batista's like, yeah, I think you're right.
He's more over than he's more over than I am ever right now, so.
Yeah, so, and it worked. They built it up for WrestleMania 30, and it worked.
And the crowd went apeshit for him.
Oh, it's one of the most iconic moments in WrestleMania. And that's what makes it one of the most iconic WrestleManias.
But then you also look, too, with Daniel Bryan, that's when that little kid, Connor, was around, and he's like Daniel's favorite wrestler and stuff like that, and the Connor's cure and all that stuff. It's like, if you were to get something like that with a little kid like that who's such a mega fan of somebody, and you try to screw that guy,
Oh
That's
yeah,
like slapping a little kid in the face.
Yeah.
And they
yeah,
weren't about to do that because
and
that
just
would be
think,
such bad publicity. It
and
would be
just
sickening.
yeah, and just think about the bookend for WrestleMania 30. The 5-star match with Triple H to kick off the show.
And then the 5-star triple threat match to end the show.
Yeah, it was insane, and Daniel Bryan was so mega over, it was ridiculous, and it sucked that he got hurt.
Yeah. But, alright, and finally in other news, then we'll get to the thing. This is real quick. Smiley Kylie officially retired.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like whatever is going on in her life, I wish her the best.
Yeah.
We all do, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I heard that and I'm
Because-
like,
I
she's
saw
getting,
it on Facebook right before we came on.
yeah,
Yeah,
she's getting out. She apparently they're saying she's suffering from some form of mental health issues. So,
And I wish her nothing but the best, and
Yeah.
maybe someday she come back. Because she's a good talent and she's got a lot of potential.
another girl
But
that came out of Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
I hope to God she gets the help she needs, and maybe we see her down the road somewhere.
All right, quick with wrestling. Let's talk about how SmackDown went splat without the Fiend.
I didn't even watch SmackDown on
Don't.
Saturday, but I heard it was.
Don't. Me and Chris almost fell asleep. Actually, Chris fell asleep. I was able to stay through it.
snoozed down.
All I know is I saw Daniel Bryan got Jey Uso turned on him. He goes, "You the head of the table now," or something. And
Yeah, put this way. When I heard that Triple H is taking over SmackDown, I was like, oh, thank fucking God. Because whatever they had there, apparently Carmella talked. I don't know, because the beginning of SmackDown was so goddamn boring. Like,
Okay, I'm sorry, but Carmella is literally the old WWE back in the day where it was like, oh yeah, we got these chicks that have fake breast and fake ass. We're just going to put them out there for tits and ass again. I'm like, really? Her face is more carved up than a Thanksgiving fucking turkey. Why? She can actually wrestle. Let the woman go out and fucking wrestle.
yeah, I agree.
Don't let her sit there pretty much pulling the female version of MJF.
well, the thing is, it would be great if that. The problem is, it followed such a boring ass segment.
Right.
Oh my! I'm sorry. They have taken the tribal chief story, which was good, to now it's almost like snooze levels. Then you have, I don't know whatever happened. Apparently, Leah Mysterio and Buddy Murphy kissed and all this shit happened. I don't know,
Dude,
because I fell asleep.
Yeah, they made out, and then everybody on Twitter started throwing up. I wonder how her actual boyfriend feels. I go, y'all do know this is a soap opera, right? She's acting.
Like, it was just so. I'm sorry, it was just so bad. And then, whoever advised Sasha Banks to wear that phobia outfit, what the fuck?
What, you didn't like her tablecloth?
Dude, it was like a spandex tablecloth with a bunch of stones looking like eyeballs and shit. Where you seen those pictures where it's like, oh, here's these things, and you're like, ugh. If somebody has a phobia, like, it looked awful.
It did.
I was like, and then Bailey came out. I was like, oh, thank God, because that outfit took away from whatever Sasha said. And then Bailey's like, oh, hello. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. We're getting somewhere. And then you have Jey Uso versus Daniel Bryan. And he's going to turn on him, especially when Roman Reigns comes there and Jey Uso goes heel. And it's
Yeah.
like, you will fall in line. It's like,
And
all right.
and I'm like, okay, he wins, great. And then he turns heel, and I'm like, okay, so that feud you had with Roman meant nothing.
Well, it meant a lot because when he lost, Roman
Oh,
said,
it meant a lot
"Wait."
because of the loss. But I'm like, the way they were saying it, like you had him in the beginning coming out and being like, "Oh, I hate you. I'm doing this," like pretty much trying to rebel against his cousin, and then
Yeah,
oh,
and
I'm
then
just gonna fall in line.
he said, well, at the end of the night, you will fall in line. And when he said, the family's behind me, everyone's behind me, Jay all of a sudden is like, what do I do?
The head of the family. You the head of head of the table.
Yeah, you the head of the table.
I get it. You're the head of the table. Yeah, you get it. Now make him get it. I did like that line. Roman just going, "You get it? Make him get it." And he just super kicks him in the face. But, alright, with that being said, is there anything else we want to talk about wrestling-wise?
I think we pretty much aired our we pretty much vented our grievances towards old Vinnie Mac. Not that he listens, but
I'd be sick if he did,
Yeah.
but welcome to
Yeah,
Festivus.
SmackDown was just awfully boring.
The errands of grievances, but... Alright, let's get to our movie of the week.
okay.
Drive-Thru!
Yes.
Which, for a B-level film, had a shitload of stars, A-level stars in this. John,
Yeah.
this was your pick, so...
All right, so basically what we have here, the movie came out in 2007, and when the credits rolled, the first name that jumped out at me was Morgan Spurlock.
Yep.
Now,
Supersize
if
me.
anybody knows Morgan Spurlock, he was famous for the documentary Supersize Me, which went after the fast food industry. And the fact that he was in this movie is a joke in itself. It's funny as hell just knowing he's in this. But it's about pretty much a homicidal killer fast food restaurant mascot. So basically the movie starts off with these two guys and two girls. Well, in the beginning we saw two guys and one girl came up. Wink, wink. But the fact of that these two white guys were acting so, what's the word? I want to tread lightly here.
Oh, no, because I'm not.
No, you could call them wannabes, or the Wiggas.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, the Malibu's Most Wanted.
Right, and it's like, that's why I said I want to tread lightly, and it's like, they pull up to, what, now what, I must be getting tired, because I'm blanking on, what was the name of the restaurant? Blanking all of a sudden.
What the fuck?
What?
Sorry. That had Alexa Bliss like spitting blood and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Horny the Clown and,
Oh, Horny
the Clown. Welcome to
Yeah.
Hellburger.
Hellburger.
Hellburger, that's it.
Hella Burger.
Burger. But the fact is, like, they pull up to the drive-thru and he's trying to order his food, and then he goes, then the clown starts insulting him, but nobody else hears it but him because they're all stoned out of their minds. So then they proceed to go up. One of them decides to go inside the Hellburger restaurant, going, "Yo, fast food boy, where you at? Where you at?" And he goes in there with his gun and his braids and sideway hat, and all of a sudden gets attacked by.
Well, first it was Senor Cornrows thinking he was going to rob him.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He didn't have a hat on.
No, yeah, that's right. No, the first guy didn't. The second guy did.
Yeah.
And then then his buddy goes, "Yo, where you at? Where you at?" And he goes in there and he sees him slumped over the fryer, and he pulls him back and his face peels off.
Good old Blood Diner.
Dude, I started laughing. Oh, by the way, quick detour. Chris, Bray screaming "Holy shit" made me laugh my ass off right there.
Oh, dude. Alexa, like, spitting blood. I'm like, holy
Yeah, Alexa spitting blood. Bray turns the camera and just goes, "Holy shit!"
I missed that because I didn't have it on.
We're really glad that, yeah, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, all right, yeah. So his face peels off, and
Then he gets attacked by Twisted Metal. I'm sorry.
oh yeah,
Every time
good old Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth with Twisted Metal. Every time I see him now, I think of Twisted Metal and Sweet Tooth. I'm sorry, because the costume looked almost identical to that.
So this movie actually won an award.
Did it really?
Yeah, trashiest trailer.
Oh yeah, I could believe that. I could believe that 1,000%, man. But then he doesn't get. You see him, he go, you want fries with that or something, or starts hacking him, but you don't see him getting hacked up. But then all of a sudden it flashes to the credits, and then one of the smallest graduation parties I've ever seen. It's like 6 people in a pool.
Socially distanced.
Yeah, socially
This was
distanced.
2007, which is even worse. But
Well,
then
it's
we
just
meet
small friends. You know, it's just get together.
Yeah.
then we meet our stars and stuff. The lead girl, which I didn't pull up names. I just said
Leighton Mister.
Yeah,
yeah. She's singing with her 2 girlfriends in a band, and her boyfriend's taking photos and stuff like that, and got another 2 of them sitting in the pool and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, she's like, the boyfriend's trying to pressure her, like, oh, let's. So she goes, I'll be 18 in a couple of days, and you don't have to go to jail, So we're like, okay. So we already know where that's going. Oh, I'm leaving one part out. Or no, I'm not leaving it out.
I was gonna say we haven't.
So
Yeah.
the party continues, and then we flash forward back to the fast food restaurant, and all of a sudden the girl looks in the back seat, and there's the 2 boyfriends, all hacked up to death. And then the blonde girl gets in the front seat. The next thing you know, he takes his cleaver, parts her hair with it, and then the other girl starts screaming. But we never see what happens to her.
Oh my god, the edits in this fucking movie pissed me the fuck off.
Why?
Did you not see the one edit? Okay, so we're at this scene when he hacks the fucking window.
Right.
And you see blood, the knife in her fucking hair. They show the girl, no blood on her face.
Right.
Cut. Then cut back to her. She's got blood all over her face.
Right.
Dude,
okay.
The
I know what
the edits were painfully funny in this fucking movie.
Of course they were.
We'll get to another one when we get to the TV dinner kill of this movie.
Oh God.
Oh, you are forgetting one thing though.
What's that?
Before they got hacked up, after the party, the kids were all sitting around in the basement.
Getting stoned.
Oh, the
Ouija
board.
Yeah, the Ouija board.
Oh, the Ouija board, yeah.
And the Ouija board all of a sudden spells N1, which basically comes to nickel plated.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're like, what is that? And they look at that, and then all of a sudden, then there's the edit to the nickel plated license plate, and then the girl's like, well, I wonder where they're at.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
The one kid's name was Brandon Meeks or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, the name is the funniest part though is when he kills him, because he's like, yeah, y'all. All of a sudden, oh my god, I swear to God, I'm rich. My dad's rich. He'll give you anything you want.
Yeah.
Man, he got real white
real quick. Yeah.
Turned white real fast.
No thug there. Oh God, John, turn on Raw. Lana's going through a table.
Oh really?
Yep, they
Yeah,
already,
well,
dude.
yeah,
They didn't even
Lana-
hide it.
Lana-
They didn't even hide it. They came out. Shayna said, "Fuck this," and cleared the table off. They're not hiding it.
Oh, okay, I turned
They
it back
know.
off.
They know it's a meme now.
So when are we gonna get a Lana shirt with a bullseye on the back?
How about a Lana shirt that says "I am the table"?
No, Nia's gonna be
I
like,
think
Lana.
Matt Greg get mad about that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at her. She's sitting there smacking her head. Oh God.
Anyway, so they killed that all died. But apparently she lost her camera throughout this entire thing.
Yeah, but that's one thing. Is like I never saw. It's like we don't see him come and steal the camera, which leads me to it's like the next morning, and then the cops are there. Say, oh no, her parents come home. No, the cops show up. She gets a ticket.
$400 for disturbing the peace.
And then her parents are like, you embarrassed me in front of our neighbors and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. And all that shit. And then the parents are grilling. And then they flash forward to the crime scene where the cops are talking and they're like, oh, the this, that, and the other thing. But then they go back to the thing and then the daughter's like, I don't eat meat. They were like this, that, and the other. They were cows in a pasture, and I'm like, oh God, get
You're either when you're either 20, you're in your early teens and you're a liberal, and then you're 50.
2020 liberal, and then like if you're and if you're not 50 and Republican, you don't
you're
have
broke.
money.
Yeah. You don't have if you're not 20 and a liberal, you don't have a mind. If you're 50 and a Republican, that means you're broke.
I saw that and I'm like, oh God, Chris is gonna.
I started laughing because that was the first
It's like
thing.
you don't. It's like if you're 50 and what is it? And then if you're 50, and if you're not 50 and Republican, that means you don't have any money.
Yeah.
But no, so
Oh, they had a lot of political digs.
Oh, there's
so
a lot.
Chris, if you want to continue, I have to run to the Mets room real quick. So if you want to continue the story, and then I'll pick it up for when I get back.
Where was it?
We're
at the barbecue.
Oh, where like they do the parents' house.
Yeah, we're at the parents' house.
We're at the parents' house at the barbecue.
Yes.
Where then they have the thing that's like supposed to be Blanca Carne, but they have the whole thing of like the news play on words, Blanca Carnage.
Did you notice the reporter's name?
Anita Hill.
Anita Hill. I'm like, all right, that's a throw. That's a throwback. I'm like, okay.
Anita Hill, huh?
Anita Hill to die on?
Anita Hill, good old Clarence Thomas there.
Yep. I started laughing. I'm like, oh, Anita Hill. So it's you need a hill to die on. Okay.
Eh.
Did you notice how many actual like stars there were in this fucking movie?
Not many.
What's it? Joe Crocker was in a lot. It was the neighbor in all about was the Jim Belushi show.
Oh.
Spurlock. The guy that played Larry or Lenny was in Twister.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Lana went through the table. Oh.
Hey! She is the table. But yeah, so
Lana's target with the table.
Yep. But no, then they're doing that. I started laughing. I'm like, everyone's saying how they like their burgers. Yeah, bloody as hell. Well done.
Yeah, well done. Bloody as hell. What was it? And then she's like, no meat.
Yeah, I want mine still in the pasture.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm back. So go ahead, continue where you were, and then I'll pick it up in a second or two.
No,
We're
we're
back-
pretty much
we're still on the
we're still on the barbecue.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
where was the blackface in this?
that was not until the very tail end when the surviving girlfriend and her boyfriend that was in the pool when they were gonna go to the fast food guy, the owner's house.
Oh, okay.
He had made his entire face black. He painted his entire face black.
Oh,
the kid.
The
Yeah,
kid.
he
Yes,
was
that was.
because
That's
they
where-
said because that popped up there. I'm like, I didn't see blackface.
Yeah, that was towards the tail end. So
What's does anyone else besides me curious to know what the 18 plus rating has to do with this?
I don't know.
Because there was two versions of this on Amazon. One is the one we watched, is the R, which was the Amazon Prime one. But then there was another one, I think it was like through another subscription base, that was the 18 plus.
The porn version.
I don't know. I was gonna say, what made that 18 plus? More tits?
well, there wasn't. If you really think about it, there was no nudity as far as I know in this.
No. I mean, what? You
The
see him?
only
Do
thing-
you
the
see him
only-
fucking? You see him fuck a 17-year-old? Like, is that?
Well, actually, technically, you don't really see anything.
No.
They get into bed and that's it. Then they cut it, so you really don't see.
No,
them
I'm
do-
saying the 18, but I'm saying the 18 plus, like because there's two versions on Amazon.
Right. Well,
Oh.
that's a version if you get the Shutter version.
That Shutter. Okay, that's what it was.
That's what that was because I had clicked on that too, and I'm like, oh, why can't I? And it's like, oh, add Shutter. There's a Shutter version. Apparently, it's got more in it.
That's what I said. I was
looked
like,
at
does
the
anyone?
time, but I looked at the time. It's exactly the same amount of time.
Yeah, that.
It's 92 minutes. It wasn't any extended edition or anything. So I don't know what they added. Maybe there was some. Maybe when we get to the fun house, you saw something in the fun house.
Maybe. Yeah, I was gonna say you saw him fucking.
That's the only thing I could see is maybe you saw that big one, that blonde with the big.
You saw a lot of sex.
You saw a lot of sex. That's really the only thing I could think of. But yeah, so now we're at the pool. So everything. I'm trying to think. What else? We're at school. We're at the school now.
Right. So we're basically at the school, and she's like, I'm writing she was writing for her school paper. No, the boyfriend shows up and says, oh, I can't wait to, he's like saying more, I want to tap that ass type of thing and stuff like that. She's like, and then she picks up the magic 8-ball. And then they both screw around with the 8-ball going, will I get that ass tonight? And she's like, not likely and stuff like that. And then
Signs point to yes.
Sign point to yes.
is he a pervert? Yes. All signs point to yes. But then she calls it. Then the weird shit, she goes, broken-hearted, comes out of the thing, saying hi. The Magic 8-Ball says hi to her, and he goes, it's going to be like, you're going to be heartbroken. Then her friend calls from the locker room, I'm guessing.
No. It said, you'll find out. Why are you doing this? A broken heart.
Right, and that's when the friend calls, and she's like, she's in the locker room, she goes, I got my new tat, and it just happened to be a broken-hearted tattoo. But she's in the locker room. Then the next thing you know, she gets
Captured
by Killjoy. I call him Killjoy. I'm just fucking gonna call him Killjoy, because it's the only name I can remember.
Oh, horny.
Horny the Clown, yeah. And
just call him what he is. It's fucking Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth, yeah. Fucking Killjoy, Sweet Tooth, whatever. So
Archie.
Yeah, well, that's just, we don't find that out so much later. But then she's in the computer room working on her stuff I'm guessing for either the school paper or yearbook. I forget which. And then we get the creepy janitor.
Who?
This actor, I've seen him in so many things.
He's in Twister.
He's in Twister. He was in that Pauly Shore movie, Jury Duty. He plays the crazy guy in Jury Duty.
Yeah,
but he's been in a million things. He's been in a million different movies.
He's the most accomplished actor out of this entire film.
He's got the one with the most credits on his name.
Yeah.
But anyway, he eventually finds her camera, gives her back her camera. But we're like, how did he get it? And he's like, you don't want to know. But then they kind of leave that open-ended. You're like, okay, why the hell does she have her camera? Then she starts developing the pictures. And yet you see pictures from the party. Then you see pictures of the murder scene with the other people. Then there's a picture of her in the dark room.
Yeah.
Now, how did that happen? Now, that's when she turns around and he starts going after her. She runs into the gym, finds her friend in the middle of the gym with her head in the microwave. And
here's where we get to my other two terrible fucking edits in this fucking part.
All right, go ahead, Ronnie. The floor's yours.
Okay, when she dies, her head is in a microwave. Okay, not a big deal. The edit to the shitty-ass green screen and her face melting made me laugh my ass off. Because, oh my god, it was so bad. Like, it looked photoshopped with how bad it was.
Damn.
And, well, actually, you know what? That did not bother me. That made me laugh. What really bothered me was good old Sweet Tooth walking into the gym. If you don't catch it, if you blink, you miss it. His shadow comes in. There's a jump cut to him sprinting after her from his shadow.
Right.
What the fuck?
Well, he's supernatural, man.
Yeah, but you don't know that at this time. Like, you think it's some crazy killer. Dude, literally, it is you see the edit. Like, he jumps out of his fucking shadow to go after her. I'm like, oh, come on.
But what the funny thing was is she initially thought that was probably... no, she didn't know it was him. She eventually gets out of the gym. She runs down. She sees the custodian cart. Then she goes into the bathroom, and then the custodian is hanging from the ceiling.
Yep,
we never see him killed.
Lenny got killed.
But he's killed, so... And then she runs into a cop, which, where the fuck did this cop come from? You know, oh, no, I'm leaving out a part. She's running to the door. She tries to escape, and he comes over the loudspeaker and goes, "You're my girlfriend now." And then all of a sudden, he pops in from behind the glass and grabs her coat. But that's when she ran into the bathroom, saw the custodian, then the cop finds her. And then the next thing you know, we're in the police station. Now, that one heavy-set cop, do you remember the sitcom According to Jim?
We just talked about that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That I never wanted to see a character get axed so much in all my life. I loved him on According to Jim, but in this movie, he was a douche and a half.
Yeah, the neighbor from According to Jim.
No, he was the brother-in-law.
That's right, the brother-in-law.
He was Jim's character was married to his sister, but then they're like, oh, it's this character. He's coming after us. I got Ronald she called him Ronald McHell something or other. What did she call him? Ronald something? Deranged Ronald McDonald?
Yeah.
Something? Like,
Yeah.
are you smoking a little bit of the ganja? Are you smoking a little bit of the pot? And she, like, storms off. My daughter does not do drugs.
When they're all looking at each other being like, yeah, she probably smoked a little too much pot.
Yeah, right.
By the way...
Oh, good old Crocker.
By the way, oh my god, did you notice the one thing they called her? They called them both? It's Chase and Crocker, it's the two cops' names. The dude calls them cheese and crackers.
Yes. But he goes, no, it's called Crocker.
Chase? Well, it's Chase and Crocker. They call the girl Chase. They never call her Cheese.
No. The guy from, the owner of, Hellberger does.
Oh, when they go to interview him.
Interview him, yeah, he calls him cheese and crackers.
Yeah. But the fact that he was all... Now, we might as well start talking about that scene. So, basically, Mr. Heavyset Cop is basically fanboying out over this guy. Like, oh, I remember this character. But it turns out the original Killjoy or whatever.
Horny.
Horny.
I know, I'm being sarcastic at this point. Was his son. But his son died, but they don't mention how his son died. But then we're at, he's vibing over him, and then they go, that's when the daughter, they're back at the house, and they're like getting ready to go to the carnival. That's when she's in her room, and the boyfriend all of a sudden startles her again. And she's like, so-and-so is coming after us and everything like that. And, oh, I didn't mean to startle you, honey. But then that's when she decides, I don't want to die a virgin, so that's when they hook up. But then they go to then we fast forward to, the mother knocks on the door, saying, what's his name? Fisher?
Fisher.
Yeah, Fisher.
Fisher goes, is Fisher in there? No, Mom, I'm getting dressed.
As the underwear flies off.
Yeah, right? But then you see on the Essa sketch, I love Bush. Okay. I said, okay, there's a pun right there.
Until you see the girl's shirt.
With the big old bitties.
Oh, yeah.
And then she's like, Fisher and our heroine are running the haunted house. Then they're like basically trading barbs with one another.
I've never seen someone. I always thought that you were a lesbian. Now I see your outfit and I know exactly you are a lesbian.
But then I'm forgetting one part. So they're all eating. The father's eating these Hellburgers and is burping.
Oh, that was before. The bars were before the Hellburger.
Right. Okay. So then they decide to go into the fun house, and then we go to that.
Yeah,
then
right.
we go into the burger place where I guess that girl's father shows up.
Yeah.
And says, "Oh, we grew up together. You know, I was friends with your mom and all that shit. Oh my! I just saw your daughter going into the haunted house." And then they proceed to talk, and then then they leave. But then we go back to the fun house.
Okay, this death I actually liked. Not the girls, the guys.
But I'm gonna get to that because I call bullshit on that, but I'll explain it in a minute.
All right, yeah, I'm interested to hear that.
So we go to the fun house, and all of a sudden he's making these stupid orgasm faces. And she's like, I didn't even get to finish. And he goes, well, you're hot. What could I say? So they get in the car, and she's like all pissed off and shit because she didn't get hers. But then all of a sudden the lights go out, and she goes, oh my God, you got blood all over my Prada. And then we turn it on, then the light comes back on, and he Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got my Prada soaked. What the hell?
So, right.
So what's your issue with this kill?
Now, here's the thing. Now, Horny, wink, wink, grabs her and starts stabbing the fuck out of her side, right?
Yeah.
So he's like stabbing her on the side, apparently. He's slashing at her. When we see her later, there's not a mark on her side, but her head's all fucked up.
Oh.
So they fucked up that kill.
Oh, again, bad editing.
Oh, yeah.
Bad fucking editing.
I'll say this, like I said, the one kill that I really liked was the boyfriend getting offed, because that was a nice clean kill, and it was like, it actually like looked like a kill. Like it looked like it was. I'm like, okay, I like that. That was done nicely.
But that's where we're getting all and we're skipping all the puns because we could spend hours on the puns.
Dude, you want to know what the okay? You want to know the tagline for this movie?
Go ahead.
At
It'll
Hellaburger,
kill you.
at Hellaburger, it's not the food that will kill you, but you wish it did.
Oh God.
The plot
Then,
summary: horror set gets supersized when Horny the Clown, the demon mascot of Hellaburger, starts slashing Orange County teens with his meat cleaver from hell.
Yeah. But then we get to the point where the last surviving girlfriend who's dressed up as I think the Bride of Frankenstein, I think, says the fun house stopped working and I can't find Fisher. Because one part I forgot to mention is Horny slashes at the mirror and doesn't kill Fisher, but scares the fuck out of him. But there's a reason for this, and we'll get to that once we get to that point.
Right.
So basically, they go into the haunted house, and they're like, hello, 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 hello. And then they find the cart full of blood. And that's when we see Fisher coming out on the gurney.
Yep.
And then it's like, I want to go to the hospital with him. But then they're like, the mother's like, no, and all of that stuff. So they eventually do go to the hospital. And he's under police investigation because they think he did something to both the. Now I guess they they took the girl that was killed. But what happened to the boyfriend? Because you never find him.
He had his head chopped off.
Right, but yet the body's gone. But we never see it again.
Yeah.
You know, just like we don't know the fate of the other girl in the car. You never see her again either. You know, the dark hair that popped up in the back seat after. We all know where she was, but anyway.
Yep.
Driving stick, but anyway.
Hey now.
Hey now, she was learning to drive stick. My own fun, but I'm bummed.
Hey now.
Try the veal. I'm here all week.
Try the veal.
But then he's at the hospital and he's like in a coma type of thing. And then the cop's like, I don't believe you, what's going on and stuff like that. Oh, it's this deranged Ronald McDonald clown. She goes, if I did that, they would take my badge. I believe you, but I don't believe you. But then the boyfriend wakes up and drugs the bird. Now he's eating a hamburger too. Word I always thought was funny. It's like he's eating a hamburger.
Yeah.
And then he drugs the hamburger. And then the guy goes, "Gonna eat that?" He's like, "No, go ahead." Then she has to fight with her mother, our lead girl. And she's like, "Fine, I'm gonna." And then the mother leaves her at the hospital, apparently. Then I thought
they go over.
Was that?
Remember, they start. That's when Chase overhears that her mom knows something.
Right, but the cop thinks the mother knows something, but isn't saying something. Isn't saying what's going on.
Yeah, well, the mom.
That comes later. That comes later, when they interview the father of big old dead McKitties from the funhouse. But the daughter is sitting there sleeping on the couch and her phone rings. You could tell the time of the movie too because they all had flip phones.
Yep.
And what message pops up on the screen? It was her mother. The nickname, bitch.
Every angst teen in the early 2000s.
Right. She goes to the vending machine to get something, and all of a sudden, one of those coin-operated things that you get in the grocery store is in the hospital for some weird reason.
Oh,
Nobody knows why. And all of a sudden, the knob turns and something pops out and goes, "I'll see you at 420." Which I'm like, okay, this is a throwback to all the pot they did in the beginning of the movie. But then we figure out why, because then the boyfriend pops up in her back seat, going, "Where can you go? You can't go home." And she goes, "I'm going to go to my mother and find out what the hell is going on, why they're coming after all of us." And then he goes, "Ooh, why does it say 420?" And apparently there's a group of people called the 420 Boys,
Yep.
where we meet our two next victims, some blonde-haired guy and the token brother of the movie, uh, and some weird girl. And they're saying, "Let's go into the fun zone." So they proceed to trash the fun zone of the Helleberg. And the girl that's with him goes, "I'm going to go get something to eat." And this is where we meet, I think, the real star of the movie. Morgan Spurlock makes his appearance.
yep.
And he's basically a big ass perv in this to this girl. He goes, "You want this horny doll?" and stuff like that. And she makes her water and stuff. And she says, "Where's the shitter?" She goes, "The ladies' room's around the corner." That's when he notices her two friends are basically trashing the hell out of the fun zone. And he's like, "I'm going to call the cops on you two." And he goes, then they beat up this. There was another Hellburger mascot in there, which was some dude who likes to toke up apparently while he's on the job.
Yeah, well, this is 2007, trying to recreate the 70s.
So, and then he goes, "You better tell your friends to straighten up." She goes, "Just, you know, give me the food and stuff like that." That's when all of a sudden we get Horny comes back, and one of the blonde haired guy decides to piss all over Horny's,
Yeah,
you
the
know,
mascot's face,
the mascot's
and
face.
gets the cleaver right into the fucking head.
Right. And then he manages to cleave the hell out of the brother, but we don't see anything happen to him. The next thing you know, we got the girl coming back, and she goes, "Ah, ah, ah," and then Morgan passes out.
And what did the other guy say? Because he kind of was just like, he looked at it and was like, that's it, like nothing. The other guy in the horny costume.
I don't remember what he said verbatim, but so he cleaves him, and then the cops come, and then he said, "Another mass murder at such and such at Hellburger again. You know, something's wrong on here." And then the daughter goes to the mother, "What the hell is going on here?"
And now we have some Freddy Krueger story.
Yes, basically that's where I was going to get to. This is straight out of Nightmare on Elm Street. When I was younger, Archie worked for his dad. We didn't like him, but we used to pick on him all the time. He had a massive crush on me, but and it's like all the people that Archie's killed, which we're going to get to in a minute, was all the friends that played the joke on him on his 18th birthday.
All their kids.
All their
All
kids.
their kids. That's why all the kids that he's killing were all the kids from the parents. So basically, he had a party for himself, and nobody showed up. So they play a prank on him. And he gets knocked out, and apparently gets burned to death. But yet they didn't find this out. And the cop says, "Well, I'm gonna." Then they decide to go back to the house. And they're like, "Well, they didn't mention the fact that the mother apparently called the cops and said, 'Oh, we did this when we were younger,' but yet they don't arrest the mother for murdering the son apparently." So they're
Because
like,
it really wasn't murder. They did they tied him up or whatever.
"No, they scared him and he knocks himself out, and the candles from his cake set the place on fire.
Right. So it's not really them being guilty of murder. It's them being guilty of reckless endangerment, if anything.
Right. So basically, this is when we get to the crescendo of our movie, pretty much. So basically, the daughter's like, I'm turning 18 in a few days, and I'm going to die because of shit you pulled when you were younger. And she's like, I'm not going to let anything happen to you. I'm going to save you from this. I'm going to go to the cops, tell them it was me, and all that stuff. So the daughter calls up Fisher, and the last remaining girl and her boyfriend. This is where we see the blackface, I might add.
Yeah.
But this is what I thought was absolutely ridiculous. So that boyfriend, I forget what his name was. Apparently, he goes to the store and gets a plastic wooden stake, a picture of Jesus, and he goes. But then the girl goes, "Well, I'm prepared," and she pulls out this fucking Rick Grimes Walking Dead gun out of her back pocket. It's like,
Yeah, you got the knife. We're not fighting a fucking vampire, but I got the silver bullets right here.
And then she pulls out this gun, which is as big as her.
Oh yeah.
But then they go, well, we're going to go talk to the father, Archie's father. You guys go off and do what you got to do. So then the boyfriend and the last remaining girl decide to have they do the one cardinal sin in all horror movies. Let's split up.
Of course.
So the girl goes off and does what she does, and Mr. Blackface goes off and does what he does. He was to go off and figure out the garage. And when the two are Ryan, Fisher and the other girl go to the thing, we hear a girl scream, but yet we don't see any death. We're assuming it's
Fisher and Mac, by the way.
Fisher, okay.
Mackenzie. Yeah.
Mackenzie, okay. And the last, we hear a scream, but yet we don't see any other deaths. Well, we're assuming it's the last remaining girl. She gets killed, but we don't see it. It's off camera.
She's in the freezer.
Yeah, but I'm getting to that. So, Mr. Blackface goes to the freezer, opens up the freezer, and sees her hand in there. And he pulls off another thing and sees her head in there. Then Horny goes and says one of the ultimate cheesy lines. Don't worry, dude. She's just chilling out. I'm like, oh, God.
Cringe.
Cringe. One of the thousands of cringe. Like I said, folks, trust me, I could go on for hours about all the bad puns that were in this movie. If you want to hear the bad puns, watch the movie. It's on Amazon Prime for free.
Yeah.
So, basically, Horny comes up and he swipes the boyfriend. But yet, he's still standing there. Then you see Horny sit there and he takes all the guts off of his knife, throws it down, walks out of frame, and then all of a sudden he's standing there. He splits him in half. And he goes, boy, dude, you got a lot of guts. Cringe part 2.
Oh, yeah, and then he falls.
Then he falls in half.
The fact that literally, again, the other edit, the green screen back, and then it's like, falls apart. I'm like, oh, Jesus freaking Christ.
But
I'm
again,
like,
folks,
dude, this is grade A. This is grade A. See, here's the thing. We say this, but Halloween happened in the 80s and 70s, and we had better kills in that than we did in this.
well,
I'm like, dude, we had fucking Friday the 13th kills were 1,000 times better than this. And that, there's no green screen or CGI in that shit.
right.
But granted, this is B. As much as this is a B film, we still have some decent stars in this.
If you want to call them that. But then, so, at this point, the cops show up to the house. You know, Fatty McDumbass and Chase show up, and they're like, you check out the garage, I'm going to go find the owner of the house. So she goes to the house, and all of a sudden she runs into Archie's father, and he goes, he's trying to kill me. He's trying to kill me. Who? My son Archie. And she goes, no, you're not. You're coming with me. Then Mr. Crackers is in the garage, and he slips on. I'm guessing he slipped on the blood. And he opens the freezer, and he goes, I got two unidentified teenagers. They're in the freezer. They're in pieces. She goes, your fat ass needs to call for some backup and get in the house and come, help me out. So Fisher and what's her name again? Mackenzie?
Yeah, Mackenzie. Yeah.
They're in Archie's old room. And then there we see an Etch-a-Sketch, a Magic 8-Ball,
And a Ouija board.
Which all goes back to when she was getting shit done with her, with her shit, because he was basically possessing her shit. So all of a sudden the lights go out. Fisher gets grabbed, and Archie looks him in the face, and his eyes go blood red, and he throws him through the window. That's the last we see of him for now. Then, all of a sudden, he knocks out Mackenzie. The next thing you know, we're inside. I guess there's a restaurant inside the house. I guess. Because she's tied up. And there's a birthday cake. She wakes up.
No, it's not, because he took her to one of the Hellburgers.
Okay. I that's what I'm saying, I guess, because that's where I got a little fuzzy. So she wakes up, and there's one of the rap guys, the young black guy.
It's everyone that died except the other two people,
except for the boyfriend and the blonde.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Now, here's where I found, because the blonde girl, the I Love Bush t-shirt girl, she was stabbed to hell in the stomach and the side, but yet not a mark on her body, but yet her face was all fucked up.
Yeah.
But I said, wait a minute, that's fucked up. But then her girlfriend was sitting across the table. Her head exploded, but yet her head's intact. Go figure. So Horny's like, what's the matter? Well, your friend showed up to your party. And the next thing you know, he takes the tape off her mouth. She screams. He's like, nobody can hear you scream, type of thing. Then the mother shows up at the door, packing some serious heat. Boy, this family must have a surplus of guns in their house.
Well, they became Republicans, remember?
Yep.
So she shoots.
God, guns and country, man.
She shoots him in the face, and he gets knocked down. So she comes in, starts untying her daughter, and then he jumps on her and go, they start wrestling in each other. She gets the flask out of her pocket, takes a swig of the alcohol, and he comes over with the candle, and she blows the alcohol in his face, and he goes on fire again.
Dude, he gets lit up like ridiculous.
Yeah.
You would have thought he poured the gasoline on himself.
Right. Because I neglect to mention that Forney had poured the gasoline all over her.
Yeah.
So she grabs the mother, and they leave. And then we get Mr. Crackers is sitting on top of his cop car, bragging about shit to another cop, which is a dick thing to do. It's like, I wanted this guy to die so badly. It wasn't even funny. But I'll get to that. I digress. So pretty much, she's like, everybody's dead. And she goes, Fisher's alive. And she's like, I want to go to the hospital. Okay, honey, we'll go to the hospital right now. And then the other cop, Chase, comes over and goes, I'm sorry if I didn't believe you, but You know, everybody and all the bodies were gone except for Horny. His body was gone. All that was
Right.
there was the mask.
Yep.
Now they go to the hospital, and well, no, the camera flashes onto Fisher laying in the bed. His eyes are bloodshot red. He wakes up. They go to the room. He's not there. The windows open. His gown is in the parking lot, but we don't see him. Next thing you know, Chubby Cop is at a Helleburger again, ordering a shit ton of food. And then Killjoy, I'm still going to call him that, jumps on the car and apparently kills the cop, Mr. Cracker.
Roll
And
credits.
Roll credits.
And then roll credits. So are we to believe this is Fisher or is this Archie? They leave it open-ended.
Right, but at the same time, I mean, let's face it, they straight up pulled a Halloween 4. Halloween 4, where they transferred the soul of Archie into Fisher's body.
Right.
That's not Halloween 4.
Which Halloween was it when he did it to the kid?
That was Halloween. Now
It was never a transfer of a soul. It was the fact. Oh, it was 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was 4. Yeah.
Kill somebody.
The curse of Michael Myers.
It's not Michael Myers transferring his soul.
No, but it was her. It was him giving her some of his powers. Because if you remember in 5, that was the whole. That was the reason why she couldn't talk and
give her his powers. She was already fucked up to begin with.
No, I mean like she could see him, like see through his eyes.
Because they were related.
What the fuck, Tucker? You literally, the fucking creative has nothing for you.
That's not the same Tucker.
Then why call him that?
That's
Tucker.
Is that Tucker in the ring?
They call him Tucker.
No, yeah, but that's not Tucker. That's not the Tucker.
Why? It's a different guy?
Yeah, because the Tucker is on SmackDown.
No, that's the same guy. They just cut his hair. No, that's the same guy.
His beard is so short.
Yeah, they shortened his beard and they cut his hair. And he got a different outfit, but that is the original Tucker.
That's Tucker. That's Tucker Knight.
Yeah.
Creative has nothing for you.
So basically, we're going to bury you with Retribution. Another group that's actually horse shit. Oh, here comes Slapnuts.
Yep.
Boy, here's my shovel. Let's dig a grave for you. Good Lord. You're not even gonna get. You're not even gonna get to a match with fucking Otis.
No, but the fact that they're burying Ricochet too.
Or will Ricochet join Retribution?
I mean, Ricochet probably has the best bet to join.
We'll put him in a dumb mask.
Yeah, we'll call him
Flyboy. Flyboy.
No, we'll call it Bullet. Ricochet Bullet.
Unless Tucker joins, and then...
No, unless Ali's going to get him to ask him to join.
Nope. That stopped. What's with the...
Anyway.
All right, Kevin Dunn, stop with the fucking camera.
So basically, the credits run, and you turned it off, Ronnie, but Chris, there was bloopers at the end of this.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where they had a bunch of hornies trying to get through the door. When she runs into the cop, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Yeah, because they blasted everything, so it was all a joke. But okay, so we're gonna start with Ronnie because Chris already saw this. So, what's your initial thoughts, Ronnie, and would you recommend it?
Oh yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's a B film horror. It's a B film comedy horror. It's as good as it looks. It's supposed to be stupid. It's really a good movie.
Any thoughts? Any final thoughts on it, or?
I mean, not really. I mean, listen. I rip it apart because of the editing, because something in 2007, even if it's a B film, you had semi-stars in this. You'd think the people that would be doing the editing would at least, have some competence of what they're doing.
Right.
Like I said, it's easy to make a good film. It is hard to make a bad film.
Yeah.
What?
Chris.
You've never heard that
Chris, your
saying?
thoughts?
You've never heard
How is it hard to make a bad film?
Because you are almost trying to make it bad.
Right.
So you're deliberately trying to make it bad?
Yeah.
See, I don't know it's hard to make a really good film because if you don't have the right equipment, the right thing, and all that, people are gonna just think it's bad anyway.
Right. Well, that's the thing. But that's the thing. It will always meet that middle criteria, where it's like you could always see someone. All right, it's gonna be bad or it's gonna be this. It's very hard to make a amazing movie like a Citizen Kane or something like that. But it is also very hard to make someone has to put effort in to make a movie the drizzling shits.
Right.
Right. All right, so I definitely would recommend it. It's a funny horror movie. The music is carbon dated, and I think they screwed up because you look at the kids, they look like the Warped Tour types.
Right.
I mean, they're wearing Vans all over the place and shit like that, like straight up, skate punk.
Right.
But yet the music is like this new metal mishmash, where they really had a chance, especially with the name Drive Thru. Why didn't they talk to like pop punk label Drive Thru Records? They could have got a ton of bands, and a ton of music. But
hindsight's 2020. This movie was done in 2007, so we don't know what their budget was for anything, but
that
all
would
in
have
all,
been perfect for that with 2007 Drive Thru at like near its height. Oh God. Well, all right. Well, Drive Thru fell off a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Drive Thru Records fell off a little bit.
but in all intents and purposes, you would recommend it. It's all good fun. It's ridiculous. It's typical horror. That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
It's uber cheese to the uber cheesiest. It's like, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I had no problem with it. I knew we were gonna have fun with this one.
Oh yeah.
But
And,
that being said, so.
Yeah, and I have the last one for the month of quote unquote last month of October, the last horror genre film.
Okay.
And let's face it, if we're doing a quote unquote horror month, we need a Stephen King film.
Yeah.
Which we're getting this week, and we are going to do 2007's Gerald's Game. Or 2017 Gerald's Games. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Geraldine.
No, Gerald's Game.
Gerald. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, is the plot... I'll read the plot summary right now. A couple tries to spice up their marriage in a remote lake house. Of course, it's going to be in Maine. After the husband dies unexpectedly, the wife is left handcuffed to the bed frame and fights to survive and break free.
Okay.
I've seen a movie similar to this.
this is one of those movies where it is a horror thriller, but it is
Psychological.
yes, it is a. But it is a traditional Stephen King cheap film where it is like shot in one area, and you know it was done cheap, but it was done well.
Right.
But it's a Stephen King film, so you know hokiness has to be coming soon too.
Well, Stephen King doesn't make the film. He just writes the book.
No, but it's a Stephen King film. It's like, as much as they do that, it's still something that Stephen King has done.
It's a film based on something Stephen King wrote.
Also, he's in it. Also, he's always in his films.
Oh, well, of course. He's got to have a cameo. It wouldn't be a Stephen King movie without him in it.
Yeah. I've heard really good things about this. Again, this is a movie I've never seen, but I've always loved this.
Right.
And actually, there's just news that broke. Oh, that's interesting. So, speaking of Stephen King, his son, Joe Hill, wants to do a remake of Maximum Overdrive.
I saw that.
I'm in. If that's legit, I'm in.
Okay. I hope to God it's done better. Because they did a remake of it, and it was it was, I think, a sci-fi version of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was terrible.
Dude, anything Stephen King's is made for TV movies, except it.
No, I'll never forget the cameo Stephen King makes in Maximum Overdrive when he goes, "But the ATM called me a piece of shit."
But with that being said, boys, yeah, so Gerald's Game is our last one for the month, the quote-unquote month of October.
The Halloween movie.
The Halloween movies, yeah.
Then we'll be on our regular schedule of
Then-
bad action.
Or whatever
Bad
you want.
everything else.
Or whatever you want. Then there's
There
no...
might be some more horror movies. There might not be. We don't know.
Yeah. Everything goes. There's no specific genre.
But we tried to keep it Halloween for this month for everybody, you know. So, I mean, all spooks, you know, Halloween and all that crap. So.
And guess what?
And
We have
then
to go
December we'll have bad holiday movies.
Hell to the yes!
Oh God! Thankfully, there's not too many Thanksgiving movies. So.
No.
Yeah, there's only really one Thanksgiving movie.
What's that?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes.
But that's not a bad movie. That's just a good movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, there's Thanksgiving.
All right, who's gonna pick up Silent Night, Deadly Night 2?
Oh God.
Garbage Day.
Garbage
Day. God damn it.
Black
Dude.
Christmas.
Oh no! Black Christmas, fuck you. What was it? Krampus?
Oh,
Krampus.
God.
Krampus was cool. I liked Krampus. I love Krampus. That
dude,
was cool. I
we
saw
can-
that in the theater.
Dude, I cannot wait for December. Oh, we're gonna have so much fun with this.
Santa sleigh.
Santa's.
Satan's Little. I have a movie called Satan's Little Helper.
Oh, dude, we can have too much fun. We're gonna have too much fun. There's a couple WWE films that are like this too.
No. No, there will be no Jingle All the Way 2. Fuck that. I am not sitting through 2 hours of Larry the Cable Guy and a cameo by Santino
Tino Morello. You're doing fucking exactly where I was going with that too.
Or
I would rather watch
Jingle All the Way
with the
the Big Show. Jingle All the Way with the Big Show.
Dude,
Oh.
I would rather watch Santa's Little Helper with the Miz and Paige.
And that was a cool movie too. Don't knock it. That was cool too. I liked it.
Oh shit.
But that's
Yes. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that was our episode of From Real to Heel with the review of Drive Thru. If you liked what you heard, follow us on all social media at the Nerdport Network. Follow us on Twitter at F and Ronnie.
At Trips NXC.
At the Zombie Master.
Chris, I know you're going to say it. Say it.
What?
About tomorrow.
Oh, well, yeah. Tomorrow, vote. If you have already voted, do whatever you got to do early in the morning. Then stay the fuck inside.
Yeah. Yes. If you live in any form of city areas, Portland, Philly, New York, get the fuck out of the city tonight or tomorrow fucking morning. Because if the red wave hits, hell's breaking loose.
Well, the problem with those people is, they're thinking that everybody on the left doesn't have guns, and they're going to be sorely mistaken.
Shit might get real. The purge is a possible thing.
No. Put it this way: if they try to do that shit in Philly, good fucking luck.
Well, it's Philly. Yeah, there's your problem. But anyway, with that being said,
they don't call it Philadelphia for nothing.
Yeah.
God.
But with that being said, yes, please, if you do your due diligence, even if you don't want to vote for president, vote for your Congress, vote for the questions.
Vote for your congressmen, because they would vote for Congress, vote for Senate. And my thing for voting for president, it's not about whether you like one of the two. If you don't like one of the two, who would you rather fight? Which basically means, who would you rather protest? Would you rather protest against a guy who will actually listen to you and try to find a common ground, or a guy that will want to kill you? And who's already been trying to kill you?
I mean, depends on who you're asking, right? Depends on the type of day. But anyway, with that being said, like I said, everybody follow us on our social media outlets. We will be back on Wednesday for the Nerd Zone. God damn it. It's been the curse of the 31st happened again, Chris.
Oh, yeah. It's not really a choice. It's like, do you want to live or die? It's simple. One's trying to kill you at every step. The other one's at least listen to you.
And then kill you.
Not really kill you.
Okay.
He hasn't killed anyone. He's just like, hey, I'm going to try to listen, and we're going to work it out. I mean, come on. Hey, they stopped H1N1. They stopped the Ebola virus. I think he can stop Corona.
Yes, but with
that takes time, rather than wave the white flag and let Corona ravage us and rape us.
Yes, and with that being said, Chris, John, let's get the hell out of here. The checks have cleared. Good night, everybody. And yes, vote